Quiet in the courtroom. Now, this is case number 386 on the calendar in the matter of White versus Hickey. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Ladies, have a seat, please.
Mr. White, your son is presently awaiting sentencing on a domestic violence case. Is that right?
That is correct, Your Honor.
And the defendant is the complainant in that case.
Yes, that is also correct.
The defendant and your son had lived together for how long?
Almost 2 years.
The sentencing is for a violation of a protective order. There had been a protective order in place, and he was found guilty of violating that protective order. Is that right?
He pleaded no contest, yes.
That's found guilty. Is he represented by an attorney?
Yes, he is.
Did the attorney give you any indication of how long he was going to be sentenced?
I think it's going to be probation and anger management, alcohol counseling.
How long has he been in jail?
He was in jail for 4 days.
Where is he now?
He is out of jail and taking a welding class, living at my house.
He has an alcohol problem?
Yes.
Are you angry with the defendant?
Well, I'm not angry with the defendant, but I feel that there was some property that was at the residence when she got the protection order that belonged to me.
According to you, you loaned them, a computer. She took it. Tell me about the loan of the computer, Mr. White.
Well, I build computers for a living.
I understand that.
Okay, and my son and the other son that lives at home, from time to time I will put a better computer into their place and then take the other one and use it for parts. And the computer that he had was something that I had put a lot of time and money into. And there's pictures of my grandchildren on there and so forth.
I want to know, Mr. White, what you said to your son when you built this computer in their home.
Oh, I said this is a loaner that you can use as long as you need. And when I need it back, I'm going to take it back.
Is that what you said to him?
Yes.
I don't believe you. Doesn't sound right to me, sir. When did you put this computer in their home?
It was before they moved back here from up north. It would have been probably October or November of 2005.
You get where I'm going, Mr. White. A loaner is something you say, listen, you need a computer, I'm going to loan you my computer, but I'll be back for it in a week. I'll be back for it in 2 weeks. But not I'll be back for it 2 years later, when I want it back because you have my pictures of my grandchildren on it. Do you understand what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying, sir. Now, you may be angry at her because she had your son arrested. I can understand that. Did you have him arrested because he assaulted you?
Yes.
You said that in a very tenuous way. Did he assault you?
Yes, he did.
How?
He tossed me across the room. He grabbed my arm and tossed me across the room.
Had he been drinking?
Yes.
Do you drink?
No. Not, well, occasionally with friends.
But you don't have an alcohol problem?
No.
How long have you known that his son had an alcohol problem?
Well, he drinks on a daily basis. I guess from the beginning I knew it, but it was my own fault for knowing and not doing anything about it.
Was he working at the time that you lived together?
When we first started living together, yes, he was.
And then?
And then he got laid off and was on unemployment until it ran out.
Were you working?
Yes.
Steadily?
Yes.
Same company?
Well, when we lived in Petoskey together, I asked to be laid off because I wanted to move back to Bay City. I didn't know if we could find work right away. And when I got there, I had a really hard time finding work, but I did find a work at a daycare. And I worked there until I found a better job, which is where I'm at now.
How long have you been working at this company?
Since August.
Sounds like a nice young lady, sir. You must have been thrilled that your son, who has an alcohol problem, hooked himself up with such a nice young lady.
Should I respond to that, Your Honor?
I'm waiting for an answer, sir.
I was not happy that he was with her, and one thing I am grateful for about this whole mess is that he's not with her anymore.
Is that right?
Yes.
I'd like to hear why.
Because she has a history of being what my wife refers to as a gold digger, and she's taken people to the cleaners more than once, and it's documented, and she's doing it again this time.
Documented where? You mean because she took your rebuilt computer?
No. Because the first guy that she had a kid with that she wasn't married to, she got money out of him. And then the second guy that she had a kid with that she wasn't married to, she got thousands of dollars out of him.
And what'd she get out of your son, who was unemployed most of the time?
Well, they were co-signed on a house, and she owns all the furniture that's in there, and he hasn't got one thing back out of that either.
He wasn't working.
Well, he has been working. In fact, he was working a very good job.
He's got an alcohol problem.
That's
Mr.
true.
White. When you have an alcohol problem at 27, he's 27?
He will be in a month.
Well, 26. When you have an alcohol problem and you're 26 years old, the likelihood of you amassing a great deal of money is de minimis. What I'm telling you is I spoke to her for a relatively short period of time, and you may be angry at her because she had your son arrested, because he spent some time in jail, because he's awaiting sentencing, which is going to include an alcohol program, which it should, and probably a little anger management as well. That doesn't give you license to sue her and to abuse the court system. What you're saying to me was, in 2005, 2 years ago, you put a rebuilt computer with parts that you put together in a home that your son shared with her. And you want me to believe that you said to your son at the time, I'm loaning you this computer until I want it back. And I'm telling you that common sense suggests to me, sir, that that never happened. You may have said to them, from time to time, I'll come and add new parts to it and give you a new one. That I can imagine if that's what you do, but not 2 years ago saying to them, this is a loaner. If you say to me, I made a gift of this computer to my son and she took it, different story. Then your son would have to be here and say, it was my computer, I want it back.
I understand what you're saying, Your Honor. And the only disagreement I would have with that is she took property that belonged to me and said she needed it for school. And yet I feel like if you take something that belongs to somebody else because you need it, that's not justification.
It didn't belong to you. When you give it away, it no longer belongs to you.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
It's his fault if he's an alcoholic, and it's his fault if he got himself into legal trouble, for which he pled guilty, which means he did the wrong thing. Not once, but twice, that we know about.
And later today,
I want you to be quiet. I want you to let him dig this grave all by himself. Do you understand?
Yes.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Peter White is suing his son's ex-girlfriend, Ashley Hickey, for the return of a computer.
Now, you and your wife are angry at her because she caused your son trouble. Could have just as easily have split up without trouble, without police, without 4 days in jail, without lawyers, without bail, right?
I disagree, Your Honor.
You disagree that they could have split up without trouble? Is that what you're saying to me?
Yes, if we would have been able to get some of the stuff back from her, like this computer.
I'm not talking about stuff. Aren't you hearing what I'm saying? What I said to you, madam, was you would think as parents you would want them, if they were going to split up without police involvement.
I agree with that.
Well,
yes, Your Honor.
so why can't you just say I agree? You don't have to be argumentative.
I do.
The only problem is your son was a violent alcoholic. And the only way that she could get him out of the house and get her to leave her alone was to call the police. Because he wasn't leaving her alone. He's not allowed to put his hands on her. And he's not allowed to come back once there's an order of protection. That's not her fault. That's your son's fault. And you better put the blame where it belongs, because it doesn't belong with her, it belongs with him. And the quicker he grows up and figures out that he has two loving parents, but he better not disappoint them, because you're going to be there for him if he falls on his face. But don't blame other people. It's his fault if he's an alcoholic, and it's his fault if he got himself into legal trouble, for which he pled guilty, which means he did the wrong thing. Not once, but twice. More perhaps, but twice that we know about. And if your son wants to come here and tell me that this was a gift to him and she took it without permission, I'd hear him. But you did not loan her your computer. That's all. Your case is dismissed.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
He's angry with me because his son is an alcoholic and he's violent, and he went to jail, and he's mad at me and thinks it's my fault.
I think she would do anything she could to make my entire family miserable and is making a career out of it.
My son was brought into this situation. It shouldn't have never been like that.
You can't fault the judge's logic. She was very logical, but there was a few issues behind the scenes that didn't really come to the fore.
I hope he does get help, and I hope he does become a better person.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Gorin versus Spears, step forward, please.
20-year-old Olivia Gorin is suing her former friend, 22-year-old Jonathan Spears, for bail money after a high-speed chase.
Miss Gorin, you posted $7,500 in bail for the defendant. You posted it, according to you, initially at the request of a friend of his. Is that right?
Yes.
With his later promise to pay you back.
Yes.
He paid you back $2,500.
Yes.
He says he never really had an agreement with you to pay you the bail. It was his friend Daniel's fault that he got arrested in the first place. It was his friend Daniel who called you to post the bail. So go ask Daniel for your money. That's your defense.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and you're sticking to it.
Okay, yes, I am.
Good. All right. When were you arrested, Mr. Spears?
I was arrested, I think it was the 8th month. I'm not so sure.
Mr. Spears,
Yeah.
How many times have you been arrested, sir?
Once. I only been arrested once.
If you were arrested only one time, Mr. Spears, that date would be burned in my memory forever.
Well, no, what's burned in my memory is I got to go to jail in 2 weeks from now. That's what's burned in my memory, that I got to go.
On this case?
On this case, yes.
Then I would remember the date that I got arrested.
That's true, too. Yeah.
On what date was he arrested?
September 8th, 2005. I
There it
remember
goes.
because
September 8th.
I posted $5,000 on my credit card, and I've been paying it off ever since.
Well, where's the $7,500 from?
$2,500 I put from my savings account. $5,000 I took off on a credit card.
What were you arrested for on September 8th, Mr. Spears?
It was a high-speed chase.
High-speed chase with whom?
Police department.
The police were drag racing with you?
Something like that.
No, Mr. Spears, I'm serious. A high-speed chase with police.
Yes, it was.
That.
No.
Sorry.
Let's start from the beginning.
Okay, we can start from the beginning. Okay. That night's Wednesday night. We was all riding
That
bikes.
night was a Wednesday.
On a Wednesday night. It's called bike night, where we all get together as a group and we ride down the freeway. So we was doing wheelies on the freeway at the time.
You have to talk slowly because you understand, Mr. Spears, I'm old.
Okay. We was doing...
You were doing wheelies.
Yes.
Not willies. Wheelies?
Yes.
Wheelies.
Okay.
On the
We
freeway.
were playing on the bike.
On the freeway.
On the freeway. On the way to bike night.
Were you alone on the freeway with your friends?
Yes, we was.
So there weren't.
Oh, no, there was other cars and stuff.
I want you to be quiet. I want you to let him dig this grave all by himself. Do you understand?
Yes.
So that night, Wednesday night.
You're doing the wheelies on the freeway.
No, it wasn't me. It was, the group that I was.
The group are doing the wheelies
Yeah,
on the
they was,
freeway.
you know.
I got it.
Okay, so we was going, okay. All of a sudden, the police pulled behind the whole group, and then I take off.
Yes.
I jumped in front of my friend Daniel, because he didn't have a license or registration at the time, and I did. So the cop pulled me over about 6 or 7 miles after he turned his lights on. So I pull over, I get arrested. I
Just
call
a second.
Daniel.
What were you arrested for?
Evading a police officer. So,
Shh.
but
Shh. I have to write this down. I don't want to forget anything that you're telling me, Mr. Spears. So, evading a police officer. Now, why do you think the police officer was behind you in the beginning? If you had to speculate, did you think the police officer thought you were endangering the public by doing wheelies on the freeway?
I wasn't doing it really.
You told me everybody was doing the
They
wheelies
was doing
on
the wheelies. I was
freeway.
just behind them. They was doing the wheelies. I was just behind them. I pulled in
Oh,
front
just
of
a
Daniel.
second. Well, I
but
did not.
pulled in-
Shh.
But you,
Shh.
but I pulled in front of Daniel.
I misunderstood you, sir. Perhaps you misspoke. You said we were doing wheelies on our way to bike
Yeah,
night.
my friends were
I
doing wheelies.
assumed
I
that
was
when you
thinking-
said we were doing the wheelies, you were all doing the wheelies.
No, not all
But
of us.
you weren't doing the wheelies.
I wasn't doing the wheelies.
You're not a wheelie doer.
No, I'm not a wheelie doer. I don't do wheelies.
At least on September 8th, you weren't doing wheelies.
On that day, I wasn't doing.
Okay. So,
But we were-
now
I can't
let's
believe
shut. Listen, this is my playpen, Mr. Spears. What do you do for a living, sir?
I do plumbing.
When you're in the bathroom, that's your playpen. The courtroom is my playpen.
Okay.
So we're going to do this my way.
Okay, can I finish?
No, we do this my way. So let me understand this. You and your friends, including your friend Daniel, are on your way to bike night on the freeway. The other members of your bike group are doing wheelies.
Yes.
You are sort of behind them, watching them doing wheelies, driving.
On the side.
I'm
I was on the
speaking behind them, because that's what you said. You said you were behind them.
I was on the side of them. The freeway's big. I was on the side of
No,
them.
you said you were behind them because you said you got up in front of your friend
Daniel. Daniel was in front of us.
Yeah, right. And who's us?
The group.
So it was just Daniel who was doing the wheelies?
No. The group was doing the wheelies, but Daniel was on the right-hand side.
So all the group was doing wheelies except you?
Yep.
They must have thought you were a chicken guy. Not doing wheelies like but I told you.
Look, so
I
we
told
was doing
you,
wheelies.
I'm going to have this sport all
Okay,
by
but
myself. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. Now you got arrested because, according to you,
I just pulled in
I'm
front of Daniel.
speaking. You wanted to protect your friend Daniel, who had no license.
Yes, no registration.
So you got in front of him, and you distracted the police so that Daniel could get away.
He exited the freeway at Laura Canyon. He exited the freeway.
And you led the
kept
police
going.
on a high-speed chase so that Daniel could get away.
It wasn't really like a high-speed chase. They just followed me for a little bit. Okay, so after they was following me, I had pulled over. And I got arrested. I called Daniel. Daniel said he gonna bail me out. Okay, fine. He said he gonna bail me out. Cool, all right. For what I did for him, I'm thinking it's a favor, you know? So, okay, cool. He bails me out. He didn't tell me who he got the money from, so I can't assume where he got the money from, so I'm not knowing. Okay, he bails me out.
Got the money from the bail ferry.
Hey, he got the money from the bail ferry. My dad put up the house, so now we're here.
I have a feeling that this would have been a lot shorter if you'd have just let him tell this story, because this is what he was going to tell you no matter what.
Yeah, but I managed to get him in front of 10 million people.
Yeah.
Okay, so Daniel calls you, you put up the money. Mr. Spears gets his get-out-of-jail card from you and ultimately gives you $2,500.
Out of my kindness of my heart.
Shh.
Oh.
I told you, the bathroom is your playpen. The courtroom is my playpen. Do you understand?
Yes, I understand.
Now, when did he give you the $2,500?
2 days after I posted bail, and he knew that I was the
Don't
one
tell me what he knew.
to post bail.
Don't tell me what he knew. Where were you when he gave you the $2,500?
I was at work.
Tell me how that happened.
He actually gave it to Daniel, who gave it to me.
See,
He never handed you the money.
He didn't.
When, for the first time after September 8th, 2005, did you see Mr. Spears?
A couple weeks later, when I called him.
Couple of weeks later.
Right.
So you'd already received $2,500 from Daniel.
from me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That made my life much easier. So you gave Daniel the $2,500 to give to Miss Gorin,
Yes.
thereby acknowledging your debt. Thank you very much. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $5,000.
Party Judge Judy.
Thank you.
You may step out.
I'm happy.
Yeah, this is case number 584 on the calendar in the matter of Tracy versus Daniels.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Ma'am, have a seat.
Mrs. Tracy, the defendant was engaged to your daughter. I assume this is your daughter?
It's my daughter.
And shortly before the wedding, she had a change of heart.
Yep.
She decided to cancel the wedding. Prior to that, however, it is your claim that you loaned the defendant some money for his individual use. Mr. Daniels acknowledges that you gave him the money, but he said he would never accept a loan from you because of the kind of person that you are. It was only a gift, no strings, and he has no intention of paying you back.
That's correct.
So let's figure this out, sir. How old are you?
26.
When did you become engaged to Miss Tracy's daughter?
About 2.5 years ago.
Did you buy her a ring?
Yes, I did.
Did you get it back?
No.
You didn't get your ring back?
No. We both still have our rings.
Really? Stand up next to your mother. Where is the engagement ring?
I have it, and I paid for half of it.
Oh, you allow her to pay for half her ring?
Yes, I did.
Why?
She wanted a ring that was more than I wanted to pay for.
Okay, good. Sit down. Okay, now, Mr. Daniels, you acknowledge that Miss Tracy gave you money.
I do.
When did she give you money?
Probably about 3 months before the wedding was to take place.
And when was the wedding to take place?
August 20th.
Where?
Breckenridge, it's a vineyard in Oregon.
Did the plaintiff have to make arrangements to secure that location?
Yes, she did.
She gave him a deposit?
She did.
And did you get flowers, musician, photographer, the usual things that one goes through, and you gave him all deposits?
Yes, I did.
Now, when your daughter canceled this wedding, you lost those deposits?
All of it.
All of it. It was worth it?
Yes.
Now, Mr. Daniels, 3 months before August, you were in need of some money. You want to tell me why? What does this mean, sir?
Not particularly.
What?
Not particularly.
Well, you're not particularly that you weren't in need of money, or not particularly that you want to tell me?
That I want to tell you.
But you're going to tell me because that's why you're here.
Okay.
I'll tell you.
No. Listen. Shh, please. I'll get to you. It's a very pretty shade of pink. I'll get to you. I want you to tell me why you needed money, Mr. Daniels.
I actually was gambling.
You have a gambling problem?
Yeah, I did.
And you owed money to people?
Correct.
How many people did you owe money to?
It's tough to say. Quite a few.
In small amounts?
Some.
What was the total amount you owed?
Somewhere around $4,000.
Had you been encouraged to get the money?
Yes. Yes.
Do you have family?
I do.
Did you ask your family for money?
No.
Why not?
I didn't ask anybody for money, to be honest with you.
So you would say that she was looking into a crystal ball if she gave you money, if nobody told her that you needed money.
I'm just saying that I didn't ask to borrow money from
I didn't
anybody.
ask whether you asked to borrow money. You had to have told somebody that the guys were after you for their money. Who did you tell?
Jennifer.
That would be the ex-fiancé.
That would.
Did he tell you that he was having trouble with gambling debt?
Yeah, and our wedding was set for the
Listen, just answer my question.
Yeah, sorry.
He tells you he's in difficulty because he owes money.
His family, too. He did borrow money from his family.
How much did he borrow from his family, Jennifer?
He owed his cousin, like, I don't know, 400, and his other cousin, like, 100 or something. And
what about his
sister,
parents?
His parents don't have any money.
So he told you that he needed this money, and then what?
And the only person I could go to was my mom.
So did you?
Yeah.
What did you say to her?
I told her that Tyler has a gambling problem again because I had helped him out before.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
How much did you give him
Many
before?
times.
Shh, 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 shh. Go ahead. You told him that he was in trouble again.
Yeah, and that we needed help. Like, he had back debts that were on my credit. I had co-signed for a car for him, and he was 2 months behind on that. And my ring payment, I had the good credit. That's why I ended up paying for half of my
Could
ring.
we please get to the $3,700?
That was car payments, the ring payments, his Men's Warehouse account that was in my name, and
That
a
we
few
got
of
the
his other
tuxedo
bills.
for the wedding on.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about you say that you loaned him $3,700.
Yeah, that was a combination of his debts that helped.
No. It was my understanding from reading your complaint that the $3,700 was for this gambling problem he had.
It was, but he had put it on credit cards, so he had to pay the credit cards.
He had put what on credit cards? She had put it on her credit cards.
Yeah, they were my credit cards.
They were on her credit cards.
Oh, that's the previous loan.
I'm talking about this $3,700 that was approximately May 20th. Do you know what you're suing him for?
Yes, I do. I know exactly what I'm suing from. The problem is he owes her money.
I'm not interested in what he owes to her.
I think she got
No. Listen to me. He told her that he was in trouble with the guys that he owed money to. She came to you and said to you, Mom, he's in trouble again with gambling. That's what she tells me. Is that right, Jennifer?
That's right.
And then what did your mother say to you? Don't speak.
That
What?
she would be willing to loan him the money.
She said that to you?
And on a payment plan.
Just a second. She said that to you?
She said that to both of us. We both went over and met with her and talked to her.
Where were you when you both went over there and met with her?
At her house.
Do you remember on what day you both went over there and met with her?
I don't. She does.
June 2nd.
Now, does that refresh your recollection, sir?
Somewhat.
Well, let's get to the somewhat. Now that your recollection is refreshed.
You know you borrowed the money.
Hey, Miss Tracy, speak again. You're gone.
It was my understanding that it was a gift.
I don't care what your understanding was. I asked you if you had the discussion. Now your recollection is refreshed somewhat. So let's get to June 2nd when you and the lovely Jennifer went to speak to her mother. Let's have it.
We went over there and spoke to her. She said she would loan me the money.
Perfect.
Loan.
Isn't that... You want to leave?
No, Your Honor.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
I don't know how much your deposits were that you lost. Whatever it was worth it. It would have been a life of misery. The guy is worthless.
And later today,
my daughter had called me up while I was in Florida, told me that she had took my truck and that she was selling
You
it.
also said when she came into the house, she took toilet paper from your house.
Yes, she did.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Deborah Tracy says her daughter's ex-fiancé, Tyler Daniels, owes for a loan to pay off his gambling debts.
Yes.
So I think initially it started off to be a loan, but, you know.
But I know what.
Well, I mean, we were getting married.
So what?
I think somewhere along the line it became more of a gift.
At what point down the line? On Broadway? Nassau Street? Where? Where did it become from a loan to a gift?
It was just things that were said.
Well, give me a for instance. Byrd is dying to know a for instance when $3,700 became a loan and it became a gift.
I don't remember any specific instances.
Listen, I don't know how much your deposits were that you lost at the vineyard, for the photographer, for the champagne toast, for her dress, for your dress, whatever it was worth it. It would have been a life of misery. The guy is worthless. He's got a gambling problem, and he'll never get over it. I don't know what other problems he's got, but do me a favor. Next time you pick him, bring him home to your mother to let her get a... Your mother looks like she's pretty savvy. Let her give him a going over, all right? Jennifer! And don't buy your own engagement ring. Girls don't buy their own engagement rings. That's ridiculous. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $3,700.
Thank you, Your
Parties
Honor.
are excused. You may step out.
Well, I wanted him and my daughter to start fresh without being in debt.
They probably think it's a loan because the relationship didn't work out.
Start their life together, and
Now they want their money back.
it just didn't work out.
I need money right now, and I'm not going to borrow it from her.
I'm not going to do that ever again.
Because I've learned a lesson from this, too.
Never borrow money.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Años versus Años, step forward.
Jacqueline Años is suing her daughter, 25-year-old Crystal Años, for selling her Chevy Silverado without her permission. Crystal says she didn't need permission.
Miss Años, the defendant is your daughter, and it is your claim that she stole a truck that belonged to you while you were on vacation and sold it. Your daughter says that it was her truck because she had sold it to you. You never finished paying for it, so she sold it. Right?
Correct.
Where did this truck initially come from?
My boyfriend, Frank Merrill.
Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Frank, what's your last name?
Merrill.
Miss Años says that the truck originally came from you. Explain that to me, please.
I had bought it for work, and wasn't quite big enough for me, so I decided to buy a van.
When was that?
It was about a month after I purchased it, which I believe was in April.
How much did you pay for it?
I paid $700 for the vehicle.
And who did you buy it from?
I saw it on the side of the road, actually, so I didn't know the gentleman that I bought it from.
What year truck was it?
1990 Chevy pickup truck.
Was it running?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so shortly after you bought it, you found that you needed a larger one. You bought a van, and what did you do with this 1990 Chevy?
At the time, Jackie didn't have a vehicle.
That would be you.
Yes, ma'am.
Go ahead.
And she didn't have a vehicle at the time, and she was interested in purchasing it off of us. So I talked to her daughter about it, and we decided it wouldn't be no harm to sell it to her.
Great. And you purchased it.
Yes, ma'am.
For how much?
The original price he asked me for was $500. I gave him $400 that day.
Just a second. He asked you for $500.
Yes.
That's not true, Your Honor.
Just a second. And you gave him $400.
Yes.
Okay. And then you took possession of the
Vehicle,
truck?
yes, I did.
And did it remain in your possession?
Yes, it did.
Until when?
January of 2007.
And what happened in January of 2007?
I was in vacation on Florida. And my daughter had came into my home to get an extra set of keys to park the truck in a friend's driveway because she was taking her plates back, but it never made it to my...
Taking her plates back on what?
On the truck. My truck was insured in my daughter's name.
It was insured in her name, so it must have been titled in her name.
Correct.
Had to be titled, because if it's not titled in her name, then she has no what we call insurable interest. They would not allow her to insure it unless it was titled in her name. Now, if you purchased the truck in 2005, why was the truck still in her name?
Why was the truck still in her name?
That was
because
my
the
question.
insurance was still in her name.
Why?
Why? Because through the course of years when my children were younger, my daughter got speeding tickets with my insurance.
That's false.
And I had a few fender benders. And my insurance at that time was for $435 a month. I had insured her prior with my insurance, and when my insurance was up...
I don't... Listen to me. Do you understand this is not a tea party? When I look at you and ask you a question, you'll answer me. Other than that, don't shout out here. I don't permit that.
Okay.
Now we understand that? I've explained it to you.
Yes.
Don't do it again. Go ahead.
And then I asked my daughter to do the same thing for me. Would she insure the vehicle for me?
That's fraud, you know. That's fraud. It's your truck. You say you paid for it. You have somebody else put it in their name so that you can get the benefit of lower insurance, even though you're going to be the only driver. You can't do that. So now you've had this truck for 2 years. She came into your house to get an extra set of keys because she had to take the plates off. Now, why was she taking the plates off the truck?
She no longer wanted to insure me.
Okay. Is there any reason for that?
I had backed up into somebody's car, and her insurance went up $20 extra a month, so she wanted her plates back.
Sounds right to me. She no longer wanted to be responsible. So?
So?
Go ahead. Let me hear what happened. So
I never got the truck back. She just kept it in her possession, called me up while I was in Florida, told me that she had took my truck and that she was selling it for the money that I owed her, which I have no idea what money I owe her.
Well, so far, according to you, you owe her $100 for the truck.
No, I paid Frank that $100.
Well, so you didn't tell me that.
Yes, I did. I paid Frank.
No, you didn't. What I'm saying is you didn't tell me that.
Okay.
You told me.
But I did pay Frank the other $100.
When?
Summertime 2006.
A year later?
Yep.
She pay you another $100?
No, Your Honor.
How much did you sell her the truck for?
$700.
What you paid for it?
Correct.
And she gave you how much?
$500.
Did you ever ask her for the other two?
No, I didn't, to be quite honest with you.
So now you're going to tell me why you took the truck.
Okay.
Is not an answer.
I took the truck because she did get into an accident. My insurance did go up. And she also got a whole bunch of parking tickets in my name as well.
Really?
Yes, on top of the accident that she had gotten into.
How many parking tickets did she get?
There was 4. I paid off 2. I still have a copy of the other 2.
I'd like to see them, please. Why didn't you pay your parking tickets? Madam.
Yes.
Why didn't you pay your parking tickets?
The parking ticket that she is claiming for...
No, there were 4.
There's only 2, and here's a recent printout of that.
She said she paid 2. 2 were outstanding.
They weren't from me.
They were on a car that was in your possession. These are from 2006. The car was in your possession.
I did not have 4 tickets, Your Honor.
I have 2 here. She said she paid for 2. Let's talk about 2 from 2006. You have proof that you paid them?
No.
I can understand why she took back the truck. A, you didn't finish paying her for it. They might have let that go. B, you had an accident. You had an accident that forced their insurance to go up. Now, that's different from when a teenager has an accident forcing their parents' insurance to go up, because that's the life cycle. The life cycle is you are very excited to have children, and then they get their driver's license, and you can't wait for them to turn 25 so that you no longer have to keep them under your insurance policy. But then we don't regress and have our children take care of us and fraudulently keep a car in their name because of their lower insurance because of your lousy driving record. The cycle doesn't go that way. So I can understand why she was annoyed, and I can understand why she was doubly annoyed that there were tickets outstanding in a car that you had, that was in your possession, that she now has to assume responsibility for. And it's a 1990 truck that she says she sold for $350. At least $100 of that was for fines. So what are you complaining about?
What am I complaining about?
That's exactly what I asked
I put
you.
a lot of money into that truck, okay? And
should have taken better care of it. Should have paid the tickets on it. Shouldn't have gotten into an accident. Should have had the car insured in your name.
But what
should
about
have
when
had
I
the
had
title.
it in her, she had her vehicle in my name for 3 years.
Listen
Your Honor,
to me. Shh. That's what parents do for children.
So
that's what parents do for children. That's the cycle. That's what you weren't listening to. Your listening ears weren't on. Parents take care of their children. But until a parent is incapable of taking care of themselves, children aren't responsible for taking care of their adult parents. She shouldn't have to take care of you by insuring a car for you, by paying your parking tickets, or by having her insurance go up because you had an accident. What else? You also said when she came into the house, she took toilet paper from your house.
Yes, she did. Yes, she did.
Did you do that?
Your Honor,
Come on, is not an answer.
It wasn't in her house. It was in her truck. And yes, when I took it out of her truck, before I sold the truck, there was 1 earring in the truck and toilet paper. I took the toilet paper, and here's the earring.
Okay.
I didn't bring the toilet paper with me.
Earring, please, and give it back to the plaintiff. You're also suing for those that were in the truck. Okay. Ms. Anyos, how many kids do you have?
2.
Where's the other one?
Home.
How old?
24.
Lives with you?
Yes.
Has a car?
No.
Do you have a car?
No.
What does a 24-year-old do?
He's working with a friend redoing houses.
Who drives him to and from work?
His friend.
And what do you do for a living?
I'm disabled.
You get disability?
Yes.
What's the nature of your disability?
I have chronic degenerate bone disease.
So you don't have to get around much?
Yes, I do have to get around much.
And with this degenerative bone disease, you were able to drive around for 2 years in a Chevy pickup truck?
Yeah, I can drive.
Right, a Chevy pickup truck, that's kind of hard.
No, it's not.
To drive it. Yeah, I can hardly get in and out of my car sometimes with my miserable back, and I'm not on disability. The case is dismissed. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out. All rise. Yeah, this is case number 556 on the calendar in the matter of Pickering versus Brown. You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Ma'am, have a seat, please.
Ms. Pickering, it is your claim that the defendant owes you money. You worked for him for a period of time, and you claim that you quit, but at the time that you quit, you still had some money coming to you.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Brown says that you did, in fact, leave your job, and you were paid up until the date that you departed. Is that right, sir?
That's correct.
Okay. What kind of work were you doing for Mr. Brown?
I was primarily doing graphic design work. That was my major in school. And
when did you start working for him?
The end of November 2006.
Give me the date.
I'm not 100% sure. I was after Thanksgiving, so I'd say probably the 28th or so.
Do you know when she started to work for you?
November 20th?
That's not true. I came in after Thanksgiving
break.
break.
To me. I ask the questions. You don't say not true. You said I don't exactly remember, is what you said to me. So he looked at something. I assume it's a worksheet.
It was her application. I hired her on that date of her application.
That's true. I didn't begin work until after Thanksgiving.
November 20th, 2006. And when did you quit?
February 9th, 2007. It was a Friday.
Were you a full-time employee or a part-time employee?
Between November and December, I was part-time, and then I began full-time at the beginning of January.
January what did you become full-time?
January 1st.
You started working on New Year's Day?
Well, no, but at the beginning of the year. What day was it?
For the record, Your Honor, she is not an employee. She's a subcontractor.
That's not true. There was never any paperwork to justify that. I began on January 3rd, full-time.
And what was your salary?
It was $6 an hour, but I was promised a raise on multiple occasions.
Her salary was $6.50 an hour, Your Honor.
When do you claim that he owes you money? From the period that you were a part-time employee or a full-time employee?
No, he's paid all but $9.30 from when I was part-time, but from the 15th of January until the 9th of February, all of that is still owed.
So you didn't receive any money for work from January 15th to January 29th?
I received a check to cover the work that I had done the end of December and the beginning of January. I received the check on February 6th, but it didn't cover that work period. It covered prior to that.
Was she paid weekly?
That varied. That varied on the job she did because she was a subcontractor, and if she completed those jobs, then she got paid for them.
Well, when you say she was a subcontractor, sir, was she paid by the hour or by the job?
Both.
What does that mean? Explain that to me.
She did some work at home as well that I paid her for, not hourly, but by the job.
That's not true, Judge.
Oh, so you didn't do any work at home?
I did work at home, but I wasn't paid for that. I was paid only by the hour.
And how many hours a day did you work?
It varied. It was typically an 8 to 5 day, but there were
Listen, Miss Pickering, it can't vary if you work full-time. If you're an independent contractor, it can vary. If you work for somebody for a salary, so much per week, then you work so many hours. You work 8 hours, 9 to 5, 10 to 6, 11 to 7.
Yes,
do you
ma'am.
understand?
Yes, I do.
Do you understand? How old are you?
21.
All right, so pay careful attention. If you work for somebody as a full-time salaried employee, you are paid so much an hour for so much work that you do during a typical day, which is usually an 8-hour workday. Now, he says he paid you during the day, but he also gave you extra money for work that you completed at home. You say that didn't happen, that you didn't work for him at home. So he must be telling me a fib. All I want to know is, on what date of the week were you paid?
I was usually paid on Fridays.
Friday.
To
Sir,
clarify...
can you tell me... Quiet. Can you tell me, please, from January 3rd until February 9th, I would just like to see 4 paychecks, please.
I don't have the actual paychecks, but I have the check numbers.
Fine. Just give me the check numbers, sir, and what they were for. Just tell me.
The check number 2502 for 350.
2502,
Correct.
which was what date?
Which was paid on
February 6th.
February 6th.
That's 2/6. We're going to work backwards?
That was for January the 3rd through...
That's not true. It was for the end
I don't want to hear you. I'm not speaking to you.
Through January the 13th.
Why didn't you pay her, sir?
Because she was paid at like every 2 weeks, so like I said, per job.
No. No. That I don't buy, Mr. Brown. That I don't buy.
I didn't pay her weekly. She was not paid weekly.
I wasn't paid at all.
I got checks here proving that I did pay.
Well, then show me, sir. All I have is one check that you tell me you gave her for how much on February 6th?
Well, since November, I got check
No.
number one.
From January 3rd to February 6th, give me the number of the checks and the amount. You have one 2502.
One check from January 3rd to February 6th. She has one check.
For how much?
For $356.70.
$356.
Correct.
I don't buy it, sir.
I got the paperwork right here.
I don't care what you have. I don't buy the fact that you paid somebody for a month's worth of work and the amount that you paid them was $356.
But that's what the hours added up because she was calling off work all the time.
That's not true.
No. Don't buy it. You just told me, sir, that you worked during the day, and she also took work home at night that you paid her for, and you're telling me now that the most you paid her for that 5-week period was $356. Mr. Brown, I don't buy it.
May I say something about this check in question, please?
Not yet. I just need the dates of the checks, sir, and how much they were for.
That's just one check.
Show me the rest of the pay that you paid her from January 3rd to February 6th. If the answer is that's the only check, then we're right back to where we were 5 minutes ago. Are you following me?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And if you're following me, I'm telling you that I don't believe that in a month all she earned was $356.
That's what I have time cards for, ma'am. She turned in
I
time
don't
cards.
care what you have time cards for, sir.
That's how she got paid, was with time cards.
No. Listen to me. Let's do this, and then I'm going to tell you why you're full of baloney. 356 divided by 5 equals $71.20 a week. And you worked 5 days a week?
I worked 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday.
$11.86 a day, or a little less than $2 an hour. That's what you paid her, Mr. Brown. Mr. Brown, stop playing with your paper. This is what you just told me. It doesn't make sense, Mr. Brown. And if it doesn't make sense, it's not true.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
If you didn't like the fact that you didn't get a raise, you should have quit.
There's no other jobs in that small community, especially
then you
in
have
my
a
field.
choice. Then you stay or you quit.
That's what I did. I stayed.
Well, that's fine. That's what you do.
And later today,
She thinks you're a pig for coming after her for this money now. And the truth of the matter is she was desperate and her own mother wouldn't give her a quarter.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Sierra Pickering claims former employer Mike Brown owes for unpaid wages as a graphic artist.
Now, how much does he owe you, Miss Pickering?
He owes me $1,000.
Well, show me. That's a pretty even number.
Well, okay. I have all of my hours here. I have my timesheets as well. And he owes me $987.30 at $6 an hour. Now, if he had paid me $6.15 as he claims, or given me a raise as he also promised me,
Well, you didn't get a raise. If you didn't like the fact that you didn't get a raise, you should have quit. So he owes you $987.30.
I couldn't quit, ma'am. There's no other jobs in that small community. It was very difficult to find employment, especially in my field.
Then you have a choice. Then you stay or you quit.
That's what I did. I stayed.
Well, that's fine. That's what you do. You owe her $987.30. Judgment for the plaintiff. That's all.
Excuse you, man. Step out.
I had a problem with my boss's temper. He would fly off the handle on multiple occasions.
She refused to leave the store. She was threatening, yelling, screaming.
I walked in on him watching pornography at work, which I felt very uncomfortable about.
There was absolutely no pornography in the office.
He referred to me as, oh, don't worry about it, she's a freak, which I felt was very inappropriate, and I was very uncomfortable with that.
Obviously something was going on that she dreamed up. I don't know.
You need to trust your first instinct with people. You know, if someone comes across as sort of shady, maybe they are.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Learmont versus Johnson. Step forward, please.
Lori Learmont is suing her former friend, 25-year-old Amber Johnson, for a loan to pay her rent.
Miss Johnson, this was your neighbor.
Yes.
How long was she your neighbor?
7 years.
And according to what I read, there came a time when you had some financial problems and you went to your neighbor and asked for money.
Yes.
What kind of money did you ask her for?
I needed money for my rent. I was behind on my rent, so I asked her for $700 for a loan.
Was she a really good friend of yours?
At the time, she was, yes.
You had no family that you could ask money for?
Not at the time. They didn't have the money to loan me.
Who did you ask?
I asked my mother.
And your mother had no money to give you?
No.
So you went to your neighbor?
Yes.
And your friend, and you said, I have no money for rent. Did you have children?
Yes.
How many?
1.
Could you please loan me some money?
Yes.
And what did she say?
She said yes, she would loan me the money, and I would work off the money.
Just a second. She said yes, she would loan you the money.
Yes.
And she gave you the money.
Yes.
And you paid your rent.
Yes.
And now she has to sue you for the money.
I feel I worked.
Just a second. Now she has to sue you for the money. It is your defense that you worked it off.
Yes.
Doing what?
I did housework. I balanced her checkbooks. I did a lot of small jobs for her.
Well, did you keep a record of how much work you did?
No, I didn't.
Did you have a discussion with her of how much you would be paid an hour?
She said it would be $9 an hour.
Is that right?
It ended up that way, but I started off at 7.
So how many hours did you work?
Probably once a week, 8 hours a day. It depended on my work schedule because I was...
Well, how am I supposed to figure that out unless you kept track?
I didn't keep track. I don't know.
Did you?
Yes.
How many hours did she work?
It's hard to explain how many hours. I have it detailed on here.
Can I
because
see it, please?
On there, I had to give her $20 to get to my place because she had no money for gas, so that was kind of added in
That
there.
never happened.
It did.
I live right around the corner.
You didn't have any money
Don't
for
speak
gas.
to each other. Now, where did you get this from, these hours that she worked?
She wrote it down, or I wrote it down on a piece of paper, and then it was a real mess, so I detailed it.
Do you have any of those papers that you wrote it down?
I'm sorry, I do have it, but it's just not right beside me. I thought you'd like a nice, neat typed.
Well, no, I'd prefer to,
Yeah.
I would have preferred to have
I
seen
know.
exactly what it was that was written
I was
down.
thinking that while you said that.
Okay. So since she kept no records, and you did, gave her credit for $150, that means you still owed her $550.
There was also a time that I went down to pick up her car from the shop. She had me go down and drive it back up the hill, and she said that she would take $50 off the bill for that.
Just a minute. Yes, we have that here, November 22nd.
Okay.
It's right here. So you still owe her $550.
I don't believe I do. I worked more hours than she said.
Oh, all you had to
on
do
that
was
paper.
keep track.
I didn't think it would go this far.
Well, it did go this far. I've often said, when you lend people money, friends, it's the quickest way to end a friendship.
I know.
If somebody comes to you and says, I need $700 to pay my rent, if you can afford to give them $700 to pay their rent and never expect to see it again, give them the money and then say to them, don't ever ask me for money again. I'm giving you this money. You don't have to pay me back. But do not ever ask me for money again. Is that fair? Because once you are a loaner of money, the friendship is over because she thinks you're a pig for coming after her for this money now that you probably really don't need desperately, you know, like she needed the money desperately when she came to you. And she said, why is she being so petty and coming after me for this money, right? Why is she being so petty? When the truth of the matter is she was desperate and her own mother wouldn't give her a quarter. A stranger did. So you owe her $550. Now, you have a cross complaint for harassment. You want to get there fast?
Yes, she was calling my work, harassing me at work. She probably called about 10 times a week at work. She would call me at 3 in the morning asking for the money. Her guy that she's living with showed up at my house, egged my door, threatened to kill me. There was so much harassment, I quit returning her calls.
Why don't you just pay her the money?
I didn't have the money and I didn't have the time
Oh, well,
to
that's the
work off.
answer. You didn't have the money. When for the first time did she ask you for the money?
The next day. The day after the loan, she called me and said, I would like my money. And I said, well, I'm supposed to work it off. She said, no, I need my money now. I have people that are hounding me for money. I need my money now. The day after she called me.
No wonder her mother didn't give her any money. There's a reason her mother didn't give her any money. When you have a responsibility, you're supposed to take care of it. You owe her $550. Your counterclaim for harassment is dismissed. If you paid her the money, she wouldn't have called you. That's all. Step out.
All right, excuse you may step out.
Totally taken advantage of, totally conned me, and everything she said in there was a lie.
She harassed me. She was calling me constantly. I was scared.
Totally not true. It's all made up. It's like she's Academy Award-winning actress and makes up these stories.
Pick up her car, clean her floors, scrub her bathroom. I mean, she was eccentric about everything, and she wanted everything perfect.
I felt really sad, you know. She was going to get, she said, be on the streets, kicked out.
I am thankful, but the harassment afterwards was not worth it.
It's like what Judge Judy says, you know, if you have the money to give it away, but don't expect it back, and then you won't lose anyone's friendship.
We're still neighbors, but we'll never be friends.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter, Saldana versus Martinez. Step forward.
20-year-old Sergio Saldana is suing his ex-girlfriend, Yesenia Martinez, for the return of a promise ring and for damage to his car.
How old are you, Miss Martinez?
I'm 19.
Mr. Saldana, you say that this lady used to be your girlfriend. You gave her what you called a promise ring. And you broke up, you want the promise ring back. And you also say she was in your car, and when she was driving, she scratched your bumper. You wanted to fix the bumper.
That's correct.
I'm going to deal with this very quickly so that you can go on with your life and do other things. When did you buy her the promise ring?
I bought her the promise ring, I believe, June 13th.
And when did you give it to her?
I gave it to her on the day of her birthday.
Say goodbye to the promise ring, Mr. Saldana.
Your Honor, but the promise ring, it was a
Mr.
symbol of our
Saldana,
love.
I know what a promise ring is, sir. It's given when you say, I promise that I'm going to love you, and you promise you're going to love me, and we're only going to go out with one another, we're going to be together. Just so happens this promise ring was given to her on her birthday. Listen to me. She doesn't love you anymore. She doesn't want to be with you anymore. Kiss it goodbye. Now, let's get to your bumper.
All right, my bumper, sometime in April of 2006.
Just a second. Was this April 2006 before you gave her the promise ring?
Yes, that is correct.
After she scratched your bumper, you gave her a promise ring that said what?
Under the condition that she would pay it back.
No.
Pay me back for the damage.
Listen to
damage.
me. Mr. Saldana, listen to me very carefully, sir. The promise ring you were going to tell me a moment ago said what?
It was a symbol of a relationship, and we're relatively young, and we planned a future together. And so we didn't want to be engaged for a period of 5 to 6 years or however long it would take. So the promise ring was a stepping stone in order to get to the engagement ring, because we did see a future together.
And you gave her that ring for her birthday 2 months after she scratched your bumper. And what did he say to you when you scratched his bumper?
I said, I offered to pay. I said, yeah,
Speak up. I can't hear you, and I don't want to strain. This is not my last case today.
I offered to pay for the bumper, but he said, don't worry about it. We could probably buff this out.
No, that's not true. I did not say that.
What did you say, sir? No, look at me.
I was in Fairfield at the time. We had lived in Sacramento together, and she had borrowed my car to go to work without me even knowing. And I guess, I don't know, women, they really don't know how to drive too well. She hit the wall of a parking garage, cracking the bumper.
That's right. So she said to you, I'll pay you for the bumper, and you said to her, according to her, don't worry, we can probably have it buffed out. Now, you say that's not true. So you tell me what you said to her, Mr. Saldana.
I said, you need to pay for the bumper. You took the car without even asking. And she said, all right, I'll pay for it. But that never happened. And after we broke up, I called her and asked her about it. And she said, well, we're no longer together, so I don't need to pay for that.
Miss Martinez says you have to move on. I agree with her. Let me see the bumper damage that you claim she did, just for my own curiosity.
I got an estimate, and it was
I didn't ask you for an estimate.
$2,000, Your Honor.
I didn't ask you for an estimate.
The car was in pristine condition, immaculate.
So
the Kelly Blue Book price was $11,000, and since the damage has gone down around $8,000.
Good. Go buff it out. Case is dismissed. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out. Yeah, it's case number 570 in the matter of Delay versus Peterson.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Ladies, have a seat, please.
Ms. DeLay, you and the defendant were friends throughout high school, and no quicker way to destroy a friendship very often than to become roommates in college. The two of you decided to share an apartment together. You signed a lease to a 2-bedroom apartment. It didn't work out, and you both moved out.
Correct.
You paid the transfer fee, allowing each of you to move into a 1-bedroom apartment. You want Ms. Peterson to be responsible for half of that transfer fee, plus her part of the cable bill that you say was in your name.
Yes.
Ms. Peterson says that your behavior and things that went on in the apartment made it impossible to stay there. She says that you wanted to move out, so you pay the transfer fee. And as far as the cable is concerned, she says you put a password on there that precluded her from using the internet and cable. She has no intention of paying it. She's counterclaiming for some nonsense. She wants you to return all the rent she paid because she didn't have a good time. Well, that's about what it is. So that's ridiculous. But I'll let you explain it to me in a very short period of time.
Okay.
Okay. When did you move into the apartment?
We signed the lease July 8th, and I moved in July 8th.
And Miss Peterson moved in 2 months later.
Correct.
Okay. When did you sign the transfer agreement?
I don't have the exact date, but it was end of January. I moved into my new apartment, I believe, end of January, early February.
All right. So that Miss Peterson lived there September, October, November, December. And when did you move out?
I moved out on the 16th of January.
Now, you're going to explain to me, Ms. Peterson, why you are not responsible for 1/2 of the transfer fee that permitted the two of you to go your separate ways. You were both unhappy, correct?
Yes.
Both unhappy. You explain to me why you should not be responsible for half that transfer fee.
Okay. Back in July, in the summer, Veronica expressed to me that she wanted me to find a new roommate to cover her half of the lease. And I went forward with that, and I found a roommate.
In July?
In July, before we were even living together, because of the cable internet bill, because I said I wasn't going to pay it. because I didn't need it. I don't watch TV, and I had friends who were moving upstairs who said I could use their internet or I could go down to the common room where they offer it for free. So I found a roommate, and in the end of August, the first weekend before school, I spoke to Veronica and she said, oh, I'm not moving out anymore.
And in September you stayed?
I did, because I had
Fine.
no choice.
Fine, you stayed.
Right.
But things were not good.
No. In November, I moved most of my things upstairs to my friend's apartment, and I was hardly ever at the apartment. If I was, I locked myself in my room because I didn't feel comfortable with her and her boyfriend being there all the time. I was scared, and I felt harassed and threatened by her.
Listen to me. Then you should be very happy that she said, let's sign off on this lease and it'll cost us each $600.
Well,
and then we're out of each other's hair.
Well, at that point, I was so frustrated with everything I had been put through that...
Get unfrustrated. Get unfrustrated and grow up. It wasn't good. It wasn't a good situation.
Well, can I say something?
Yeah, say whatever you want to say.
My mom and my father and I all discussed commuting because we didn't want to give Veronica any more money. I had paid for her boyfriend to sleep over multiple times. I was never there.
Listen to me.
It was like having a third roommate, though.
I don't care. Listen, your parents care if you're unhappy.
Right.
Your parents care. Courts don't care if you're unhappy.
Mm-hmm.
Courts don't care if you don't like her boyfriend sleeping over. They don't care.
Well, there's a clause in the lease that says that no person can stay more than 14 nights, and I kept track on a calendar, and it exceeded the 14 nights, and we got a possible eviction notice from it.
Your Honor,
Just a second.
Okay.
All of that suggests to me that you should be very happy to find a new place all by yourself.
I wasn't even living there, though, at that point.
That's your choice.
Right.
That's your choice. What do you want?
I wanted to say something on Elizabeth's defense, Your Honor.
That?
I'm her mother, and on December 16th, my husband and I went into the peninsula. We hooked up the cable and the TV and the DVD player. And
because Veronica would no longer
just
let
a
me
second.
use hers.
Right. Elizabeth wasn't able to use it. We went downstairs and we met with the Peninsula management, and we wanted Veronica to sign off the lease. That's what we needed, so we wouldn't be responsible for the apartment any longer. And what we were going to do was have Elizabeth commute. So there was no reason for us to pay a transfer fee. But Veronica is the one that wanted to move out. She wanted her own apartment. And yes, we did want that too.
Your daughter wasn't staying there. She wasn't staying there because she was unhappy. Either she breaks the lease or she signs a transfer agreement. Those are the options.
But that was the option for Veronica, too. She could have broken the lease.
Just to say, she could have. This is a much better thing to do, rather than breaking the lease, to sign an orderly transfer agreement so that the landlord doesn't say, I'm stuck because they broke the lease. What I want to do is I want to move into another place. This is what it's going to cost. Otherwise, I'm on the hook for the entire year lease from January until the following June.
But I didn't trust that Veronica would do anything. She hadn't done it in the past.
I don't care what you trusted. Right now, it's a fait accompli. It's done. Your daughter is responsible for half the transfer fee on the apartment. There's no issue with regard to that. The only issue that I have for you, Ms. DeLea, is did you have a password or any device that precluded the defendant from using the internet and or cable?
I had a password.
Just a second. That's either a yes or a no.
On the internet, yes.
Did she say to you at any point, I'm not interested in cable?
She told me in November.
That's either a yes or a no.
In November, yes.
What month's cable do you think she's responsible for half of?
September through January.
She's not.
Okay.
She's not responsible for any of those.
Your Honor, she disconnected my cable in December, and even though I was still paying for it, prevented me from watching it.
I don't care. There has to be a contract. There has to be an agreement.
Your Honor, I have
Listen to me very carefully.
Yes, ma'am.
There has to be a contract and an agreement.
I have one.
For
I
whom?
have an email, her writing that she would be responsible for half of all the cable and internet and electric bills.
Just a second. Did you tell me that you put a password so she could not use the internet?
There was a password on it originally, but... Excuse me.
I'm asking your daughter a question. Sit. You too.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Veronica DeLea says her former roommate, Elizabeth Peterson, owes for cable bills and an apartment transfer fee. Elizabeth is countersuing for the return of rent and harassment.
I'm asking whether she told you she wasn't going to use the internet, and you put a password on there that precluded her from tapping into the internet in your apartment.
I was required to put a password on the internet from the beginning, so yes, there was a password.
Did she have it?
No, ma'am.
Then she's not responsible for it.
Okay.
But she's responsible for half the transfer fee.
I just have...
Put your hand down.
Okay.
Stop being a baby. That's what you're responsible for. Just tell me what half the transfer fee is.
Half the transfer is $625.
Fine. You owe her $625 for that. Now, you want to give me your counterclaim in 30 seconds or less?
I have a breakdown of the
I'm not
counterclaim.
interested in your breakdown. Yeah, you have 30 seconds or less to tell me about your counterclaim, which is nonsense.
Well, my countersuit was because Veronica was using drugs in the apartment, and I'm on a full scholarship at my school, and that really, I could have lost my scholarship if she got caught at the apartment because we both signed the lease.
But you didn't.
No, we didn't. But one of the security guards approached me saying that he smelled.
You can't tell me anything that a security guard told
I
you.
have a report from him.
You can't tell me anything that anybody else said to you or wrote out in a statement that is hearsay. Do you have a police report?
I talked to the lieutenant of the police station because the security guard had him come down.
That's hearsay.
Well, I called and they didn't have a report. I was very surprised.
Oh, listen, you happy now with your new roommates?
Yes, but I'm unhappy that my scholarship was in jeopardy. Well, and it was like having a third roommate there at the apartment.
My dear, did you lose your scholarship?
No.
Good. You owe her $625 transfer fee and your counterclaim's dismissed. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
She demanded that I had to ask her permission for every visitor.
But I asked just in case I had a test the next day because the walls are paper thin, you can hear everything through them.
We had to divide the cabinets in the kitchen.
I asked for one cabinet to put all my snacks in because I eat all organic.
I don't know. She just went crazy, pretty much.
She just doesn't care, so I'm going to live with people who aren't as selfish.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Polk versus Eskine. Step forward, please.
Victor Polk is suing the mother of his son's friend, Renata Eskine, for the cost to fix his car. Victor says Renata's son, 17-year-old Kerry Thomas, damaged the vehicle when he tried to jump over it.
Who jumped over the car? Raise your hand.
I did.
Stand over there. Mr. Polk, it is your claim that the defendant damaged your car.
Yes, ma'am.
He was playing a game with your son. I assume your son is sitting over there?
Yes, ma'am. That's Valentina.
And the game was to jump over your car.
Yeah.
Mrs. Eskine's son jumped over your car, landed on your car, dented your car. You want him to pay for your car.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, Mrs. Eskine has some ridiculous defense. She says that your son goaded her son into jumping over the car.
That's correct.
That's wrong. Nobody goads somebody into doing something that's wrong and doesn't take responsibility.
He took responsibility.
Then he has to take responsibility for paying for the damage that he caused to the car. Reasonable?
Reasonable.
Great. So the only question is how much, right?
No, ma'am.
Why?
Because he didn't jump it alone, and he wasn't involved in it alone. They did it together. Both parents are both.
Just a second, Miss Eskine, are you telling me that this young man jumped on and damaged the car?
Yes.
Okay, you, talk to me.
Tell him.
You, talk to me.
Well, we were outside one October night. Me,
Listen,
him, and so.
I don't care if it was an October night, whether it was starry or not. All I want to know is you, an idiot over here, were playing a game of jumping over a car. Which idiot fell on the car?
I slid into the car.
Not him.
No, ma'am.
Then your mother is wrong. Put your hand down. Miss Eskine, I'm telling you what the law is. That's why you're here. Not what you feel in your gut as a mother. What the law is. He was lucky. He didn't cause damage to the car. He wasn't lucky. He did cause damage to the car.
The mother caused damage also.
No, my dear, not according to your son. You don't have your listening ears on. Not according to your son. According to your son, the only one that went into the car, slid into the car, was him. That's what he told me. So your thinking process, while understandable that the boys are playing, and they should both be responsible, is not what the law is. The law does not prescribe that he has to pay for damage that he did, because he can say, no, I'm not doing it. You want to do it to your father's car? That's fine. No, I'm not doing it. And if he didn't do it, then there wouldn't be damage to the car. Is that right, Mr. Eskine?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. The only question I have for you...
Yes, I'm not finished, Your Honor.
You're finished. The only question I have for you, sir, is I looked very carefully at your complaint. You said that initially wasn't such a big deal, but then you realized that you had just had the car in a custom paint job.
Yes, ma'am.
Because it's a designer car. What kind of car is it?
Vintage 1991 Ford Mustang 5.0 convertible.
Okay. This incident happened on what date?
We don't have a date.
What date?
October the 10th.
I want to see the bill for painting the car prior to October 10th.
My initial paint job, my painter.
Don't give me a big story.
I don't have
Mr. Polk.
I don't have the receipt.
That's my problem.
The painter that painted my car, his name's Carlos. He's in America on a work visa from Mexico. I went back to Carlos to see if he could get me a receipt. Our business was cash-based, so therefore he did not...
Show me a withdrawal from your bank for $2,300.
I don't have a withdrawal
I don't
receipt.
believe you, sir. Then I don't believe that you spent $2,300 to paint your car. That's my problem. Got what I mean? I want to see a picture of the damage to the car.
Sure. These are before and after pictures. If you take a look at the paint job on that car, you'll see that it's an immaculate paint job.
It may be an immaculate paint job, sir. You should have gotten me a receipt.
Why is it in the front yard?
Just a second. I'm not speaking to you.
I was showing it off.
Put your hand down.
I'm proud
of
my car. Why is it in the front yard?
Well, this whole fender has to be painted. There's no question about that. And it has to be fixed. There's a dent in it. Now I'll see your estimate to fix it. Oh, so this time you took it to a Chevrolet place?
Yes.
The first time you took it to an all-cash guy?
Carlos is no longer in Nashville, in my hometown.
Yeah, you're going to have to get it done for less. What do you want?
Your Honor, he's been working on this car for 5 years. He redid the inside
I've gotten
of
more
it.
than $10,000.
Let me ask you this
car.
question, sir. Did you discuss with your child the game he was playing over your car?
Oh, yes, I did.
I want you to tell me about the discussion that you were having with the idiot about jumping over the car.
I told him that it was a ridiculous thing to do.
And what did he say to you?
He said he wasn't thinking. And that's the only explanation. Would you like to get up and tell her?
Yes, ma'am. Can I get up there and talk to you quick?
Oh, be my pleasure.
Oh. Well, first place, I didn't jump over the car at all. Like, I'm sorry. But the whole thing started, like, when we were playing basketball.
If you say anything, a sentence with the word like in it,
I'm sorry.
you can sit down.
Okay. This is what happened. We started playing basketball, and I bet him. I was like, I bet you I can jump over my dad's car.
Sit down. I don't want to hear anymore. You're an idiot.
Man, can I finish real quick?
Sit down. Just sit down. Mrs. Eskind has to pay for your car, sir, but she's not going to pay any more for the car than I think it's worth, because I don't think that you have to have the whole car repainted.
You do not understand how much time and effort and money I've sunk into this car.
Your son should have been more careful with it.
I cannot.
Listen to me. Your son should have been more careful with it.
I understand that.
Good. Shouldn't have been playing basketball around it. You think it would have gotten dented if a basketball hit it?
That's why I don't let them play basketball near my car.
It was right in the yard, by the street.
Did I ask you anything? You're responsible because he's responsible. He's bigger than you are.
I never said I wasn't.
Good. Okay, now what's the piece of paper you want to show me?
This is the very first estimate he brought to me.
That I'll see.
On the night of the
That I'll
election,
see.
of the president election. I told him I did not mind working with him on half of those damages.
So is what you're telling me that the first estimate is just Price's Collision Center was $614.42?
Correct.
This is what he gave you first?
Yes.
Can you explain the disparity to me, sir, between $614.42 and the $2,300 you want now?
That is just for replacement of the fender. It is not for matching of the paint or anything like that.
That's not true. It says
she told me on our
That's not true. But that's not. Hey, that's not true. It says paint labor 3.4 hours at $38 an hour, $129. Body labor 3 hours, $114. Parts $219. It has everything here. It all adds up to $614.42.
The car could not be painted on just the fender.
I don't know that, sir, at all. That's your first
received that.
Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $614.42. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step. Yes, case number 220 on the calendar in the matter of Jones versus Moses. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Ma'am, have a seat.
Ms. Jones, you and Mr. Moses were in a relationship for a brief period of time, and according to your complaint, you made 2 loans to him.
That's correct.
One involved some criminal restitution, and the other was a loan for an attorney so that he could start divorce proceedings. I assume that this is your wife,
Yes, ma'am.
and you are currently reconciled with your wife, and according to you, Miss Jones did not make loans to you. These were acts of generosity on her part, and there was no expectation that she was going to be repaid. Is that right, Mr. Moses?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. When did you leave your wife?
I left my wife November 22nd,
2005.
04.
04. But I would watch myself on the 22nd of November. And when did you meet Miss Jones?
Met Miss Jones January the 2nd.
January the 3rd.
Where?
I actually met her off the chat line.
So you started to communicate with each other on the internet?
Yes, ma'am.
That is not true.
Where did you meet?
My car was broke down when I was coming out of the tanning bed at a strip mall, and he was coming out of a little place called Deals. And I asked him would he give me a boost. He said, yes, I don't have jumper cables. I said, I do. And he asked me, was I married? I said, no. Are you married? He said, no. And it kind of
So
took
that's
off.
how you met?
That's how we met.
And then you started to communicate on the internet?
No, we started communicating on the telephone.
Is that right?
Telephone come from the chat line, yes. And we actually met. That was our meeting place at Deal's parking lot.
Did you first meet her at Deal's parking lot, Mr. Moses, when she asked you for a jumper?
I met her there, but I've talked to her on the chat line.
Before?
Before.
Really?
Yes, ma'am.
And when did you start speaking to her on the chat line?
Probably December 30th.
That is not true.
So you're telling me 3 days later you met her at Deal's?
Yes, when she wanted to meet.
Right, so it's interesting. Okay. Now, when was the first time, Miss Jones, you gave him money?
It was February the 23rd. I got a phone call in the middle of the night from he and his daughter on a two-way call stating he'd been arrested falsely for beating his wife up and wanted to know, could I come and bond him out?
Now, you had been dating between the 3rd of January and February 23rd?
Yes.
How much did he need to bail him out?
Initially, it was $10,000, so I needed $1,000. So I went to the bank and drew the money out. And when I got to the bondsman, they cut him some type of deal, and it was $837.
Well, you have to tell me about the conversation that you had. What did he say to you, and what did you say to him?
On that particular night at midnight, he asked if I indeed would come and bail him out. He would be able to pay me that Friday. I believe that was on a Sunday. And he makes pretty good money, and, you know, so I knew he could afford to give the whole $837 or a whole $1,000. I thought it was going to be $1,000 at that point.
Did he say, I'll give you the money on Friday?
Friday, yes.
Did he give you the money on Friday?
He said he was having some financial problems. He could give me half of it. He gave me $400.
Did you give her $400, Mr. Moses?
Yes, ma'am.
What was the $400 for?
It's for getting me out of jail.
So you acknowledge that this was a loan?
It wasn't a loan. I just told her I would give her $400 back. I mean, I appreciate it. It was my appreciation to her for getting me out. I mean, I just met her, you know, and it was nice of her to get me out of jail.
Just a second. When did you give her the $400?
That Friday, the following Friday.
Just a second. So you called her from jail and you said, could you bond me out? You didn't say anything to her about giving you back money on Friday.
No, ma'am.
It just happens to be that on that Friday you gave her $400.
Yeah, out of generosity, because she was generous enough to get me out of jail, so I told her I'd give her what I could Friday, and I could give her $400.
Oh, now your story's changed, Mr. Moses.
No.
Now you said that you told her you'd give her what you could on Friday.
Yeah.
Well, that's different from not saying anything to saying, I told her I'd give her what I could. And what you could give her on Friday was $400. Is that what you're telling me?
Yes, ma'am.
When was the next time Mr. Moses needed money?
It was about 4 weeks later. He told me he had a...
Just a minute. Between that Friday and 4 weeks later, you mean he didn't give you any more money?
He gave me $150, $50 increments.
When?
Actually, the first payment was $517.
No. Just answer my questions. Now you say that he gave you money in $50 increments, another $150. Was that over the next 4 weeks?
No. There was no money exchanged between the initial loan and the second loan.
That's what I want to know.
Yes.
So tell me what happened 4 weeks later.
Well, when I met him, he told me he was not married, okay? Or make that clear. Then I find out that he's got a lawyer that he's dealing with his no count, okay? So he says he's not helping him, he's not helping him to get his kids. His wife is not taking care of the children. He needed his kids desperately. And he knew I had some money saved up, okay? That's my first probably major mistake. And he asked me if I would help him get this new lawyer, put the $1,000 retainer fee. Once his divorce was final, his kids was in his home and they were stable. His financial situation was stabilized. Everything would be on target and he would be able to...
The check's in the mail.
Right.
So you gave him $1,000?
I wrote the $1,000 to the lawyer.
Is that right, sir?
Yes, ma'am. She had pushed me into divorcing my...
Well, explain that to me. How did she do that?
Well, first of all, I never lied to you about being married. I told her I was married and had 4 children and I was going to get a divorce. That was my goal, to get a divorce.
You were going to get a divorce because your wife was a very nice person?
I was going to get a divorce because we had some marital problems.
Well, some marital problems doesn't always talk about divorce, Mr. Moses. Did you actually come here thinking that you were going to run circles in this courtroom?
No, ma'am.
So you told Miss Jones that your wife wasn't caring for the children?
I did.
That you needed to get custody of your children?
I did. I needed them.
Because your children were at risk with your wife because she wasn't taking care of them?
My mother was watching them, actually, at my mother's house.
No, they were running back.
My mother was watching them.
Were they watching them because your wife has problems?
She was watching them because my wife was, yeah, she had problems.
Put your hand down. What kind of problems did your wife have?
She just had, like...
No, look at my face.
Oh.
What kind of problems did your wife have, Mr. Moses?
She had boyfriend problems. I mean...
Drug.
Did you tell the plaintiff that your wife had a drug problem?
Yes, ma'am.
Karnak.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
How did your daughter find out you were in jail?
I called.
And did you say to your daughter, call Miss Jones?
No, I did not.
Baloney!
And later today...
I guarantee you, at their stage in life, they didn't anticipate taking care of 2 infants. Because not only did you make 1 mistake, but you couldn't keep your thing in your pants long enough not to make 2 mistakes.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Brenda Jones says ex-boyfriend Thomas Moses Jr. owes for bail money and a loan to retain an attorney. Brenda claims Thomas lied about being married.
Now, you told Miss Jones that your wife couldn't take care of your children because she was abusing drugs and she had boyfriends. And you needed to get custody of your children.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, how does that translate, Mr. Moses, into she was pushing me to get a divorce from my wife?
Because she kept on me and telling me that she loved me and she wanted me to get divorced from my wife and she would help me get my children and we could live together, and she kept forcing me to get a divorce.
Forcing you?
I didn't want a divorce.
What did you want?
What
did you want?
I wasn't clear about what I wanted at the time.
I have a feeling, how old are you?
I'm 44.
That is persistent state of your mind.
Absolutely.
Unclear.
Okay.
Now, you went back to your wife when, sir?
Went back to my wife on, I don't know.
Give me a month.
July the 22nd, just when I got a phone call from the wife.
7/22. Now, when you went back to your wife, sir, did your wife enter a drug rehabilitation program?
No, ma'am.
Then she's still using drugs.
No, ma'am.
Well, if one of the reasons you were having marital difficulties, sir, is because your wife was a drug abuser, and if she didn't enter a program, then she's still using drugs, unless you were lying to the plaintiff when you told her that your wife was a drug abuser. So which one is it? Were you lying to the plaintiff, or was your wife still abusing drugs?
She is not abusing drugs now. She's changed, or for whatever reason, I guess.
Miraculously. What kind of drugs was she abusing, sir?
Just marijuana and stuff.
No, what kind of stuff? Marijuana and what kind of stuff?
And, hydrocodone.
And what?
Hydrocodone.
What is that?
Lortabs.
Lortab.
What is that?
He told me some type of nerve pill.
It's a pain pill because she has lupus and she has a bunch of stuff wrong with her.
So she's not taking those pills anymore? She's not using marijuana anymore? Is that what you're telling me?
Not to my knowledge. Not to my knowledge.
So how come you decided to go home, sir?
For my kids, because things wasn't happening fast enough for me.
So you're home taking care of your children?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, you gave her $50 increments 3 times after the loan to the lawyer. What was that for?
It was for the jail.
It was for the jail?
Mm-hmm. For the get me out of jail.
So you were just being a nice guy then? That wasn't a loan?
It was never a loan. I never asked Miss Jones to get me out of jail.
Yes, you did.
Yes, you did.
Yes, you did. You asked her to get you out of jail because otherwise she wouldn't have known that you were in jail, sir.
No, my daughter called her.
How old is your daughter?
18.
How did your daughter find out you were in jail?
I called. I called my house because my house...
You called your house and you spoke to your daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And did you say to your daughter, call Miss Jones?
No, I did not.
Baloney!
I did not.
Listen, what's your first name?
Tommy. Thomas.
Slick Tommy, let me explain something to you. You don't take advantage of people and then just walk away. You clean up after your mess. You made a mess, you clean up after it. Bad enough that you involved this woman in your muddled mind, your 44-year-old bouillabaisse that you got going up there. But to take her money is unconscionable, sir. Unconscionable. You owe her $1,287. That's the remainder on the bail and the $1,000 for the lawyer that you, for some reason, decided that you didn't need because your children needed you, which is a very nice thing. You decided to go back to your wife for your children's sake. Very nice. I would suggest to you that it doesn't serve your children well if your wife is abusing drugs to live with her. And if your wife isn't abusing drugs, then you told this lady a fib. Because unless somebody gets into a program, if they are drug abusers, they don't stop. Goodbye. $1,287 is what you owe her.
All these are excused. You may step out.
She really didn't give me a chance to talk like I wanted to talk.
She knows a piece of you know what when she sees one.
She still calls me all the time and tries to get me to meet her places.
She just saw it go.
I should have never left my wife.
He took advantage of me, took advantage of my heart, and you know, that's the most harmful thing, I think.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Thompson versus Frost. Step forward, please.
Tracy and Steve Thompson are suing Tracy's son, 22-year-old Terry Frost, for a loan to buy a motorcycle, bail money, and impound fees.
Mr. and Mrs. Thompson, this young man is your son?
Correct, my son.
Your stepson?
Yes, ma'am.
I gather you feel he's been a little bit irresponsible.
A lot, yes.
You co-signed for a motorcycle for him a couple of years ago.
Correct.
He stopped making payments on the motorcycle.
Correct.
You took it into your custody. You have the motorcycle.
Correct. It was going to be repoed.
So you made all the payments on it so far?
Correct. When the bank called in regards to being repoed, our credit would be, you know, in bad
jeopardy.
Way. Exactly. And so I asked TJ, you know, why aren't you making payments? So then he said at tax time he'd be able to make up what I've already paid and take over payments at that time.
But he didn't.
Correct.
Oh, so now you took a motorcycle back over a year ago?
04, correct. It's been sitting in my backyard.
Okay. Who has the title to it?
I actually got the title. I got it last month. It's actually in his name.
Great.
I have pictures of the bike, too, if you'd like to see it.
I assume you've kept it in good condition?
No, he actually didn't. He laid it down, and then it's like all dismantled, and apparently he blew out second gear. I don't know what all damage is to it, but...
Okay. Have him sign this over to them, please.
Your Honor, I really don't want the bike.
Then you shouldn't have signed for him. You shouldn't have taken it back over a year ago. And you took it back over a year ago, madam. What you should have done is gotten it, sued him, and come to court immediately. You know, now what you have to do is you have to sell it, and if there is any shortfall between that and what you owe on the bike, you may be able to sue him again. But right now, you have to take the bike and you have to sell it. Now let's talk about the bail. You bailed him out again over a year ago.
Yes.
Tell me how that came about.
He called one night. He had gotten a DUI, and I went down the next morning and bailed him out of jail.
When was that?
Late of 03.
In 2003?
Yes.
So 2 years ago.
Yes.
When did you co-sign for this bike?
In 2002.
And what was he driving in when he had a DUI?
Another car of his.
Did you call them?
Yes.
Did you tell them you were going to pay him back for the bail?
I just asked them to bail me out of jail.
And they did?
Yeah.
Were you working?
No.
How'd you expect them to pay you back?
Whenever he got a job.
There are loans, and then there are what we call great expectations. I would assume that when he called you and said, I'm in jail, come and get me out, you said, I'll be right down. Right?
Not quite, but
What did you say to him?
I reluctantly went down.
Right. Because you love her.
No, actually, I was not going to bail him out because that was
Oh, that would have been very smart. I wouldn't have bailed him out.
Well, and then he
Maybe,
felt sorry for him.
And this
then
was
he
in
bailed him out.
2003. How old are your children?
2 and 8 months.
Oh, at least he might not have had one. He makes a lot of bad choices.
Correct.
Isn't that right, sir?
I guess, yeah.
What do you mean you guess? How old are you?
22.
You're 22 and you have 2 children.
Yep.
And how old is the mother of these children?
21.
And where does she live?
With her mom.
And where do you live?
With my aunt.
That sounds like a wonderful family. Now, you hesitated for a moment, Mr. Frost, when I said you've made some bad choices. Let me explain to you what you've done. In your short period of time, you've probably screwed up their credit. Are they rich people?
No.
Well, you stuck them with a motorcycle loan, right?
Right.
You stuck them with your bail, right? You stuck perfect strangers with taking care of 2 babies. That's your girlfriend's parents that she's living with.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because I guarantee you at their stage in life, they didn't anticipate taking care of 2 infants. Because not only did you make 1 mistake, but you couldn't keep your thing in your pants long enough not to make 2 mistakes. And you say to me, you have a question as to whether or not you made mistakes?
Yeah.
You have a question?
No.
So you could have avoided the whole thing by saying, you know, I was a dumb kid.
Okay.
Dumb kids make dumb kid mistakes. They don't make babies.
Right.
Not 2. Who do you work for now? That's not a question that requires a lot of thought. You have 2 babies.
For Thompson Tile Maintenance.
You work full-time or part-time?
Part-time, and I go to school full-time.
Where do you go to school full-time?
Davenport University.
What kind of school?
I'm going for medical.
You want to be a doctor?
Not a doctor. A nurse.
Thank God. Do you see your grandchildren?
I do now. There was a period that with this loan, I didn't see him for about 7 months or something like that. And then he had his second baby, and I ended up going to the hospital and seeing the baby. And, you know, he has since told me, you know, him and his fiance are paying off her parents some money. And I think he owes me this money for this bike because I don't want this bike. I want him to pay me for this bike because I didn't want the bike
I think that morally he should do that.
Yes.
I just told you the legal result of what's going to happen here today.
Right.
If your son chooses to take the moral high road, that's up to him. You paying the maternal grandparents of your children some money?
I'm not. My fiance is.
For what?
I don't know, whatever they loaned her.
What do you spend your money on?
He gives it to her.
Shh. Well, that's good.
Right. No, I agree.
That's
She's
good.
a
That's
blessing.
fine.
She's a blessing.
That's fine. Somebody's got to support these babies.
She's a blessing. She keeps things straight.
So you give her money?
Yeah.
How much?
My whole check.
And what do you give to your aunt?
Nothing.
Mr. and Mrs. Thompson, put a lock on your checkbook.
Right.
Yes,
Done
ma'am.
did.
Good. Goodbye.
Parties are excused. You may step out. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Ma'am, have a seat, please.
Ms. Boone, you claim that Mr. Hibbert owes you for a series of loans that you made to him in order to help him relocate to another city. In addition, he stored his car or truck or SUV in your home, and you want him to pay storage fees for that. Okay. So you met, and at some point, he asked you out. You went out for dinner, you went out for a movie, you went out for a drink, you went out for something, or did he just initially ask you for money?
No, it was a 3-day period, kind of a whirlwind romance, if you would. The way he got to my house was by telling me that he was interested in buying one of my cars that I had for sale, that he wanted to come see it. He also said he was a licensed mechanic and could check out this car I was test driving. He tried to get me to go out with him that night.
You're talking too fast.
Okay.
I'm not interested in the social aspect, madam.
Right.
I'm interested. You met him on January 6th. When for the first time did he ask you for money?
3 days later, he informed me that the next day he would be moving to the state of Georgia to go to seminary. He said he needed money to get to seminary, that it was a big move, it was a long way away. I asked him how much. He said $2,000 or $3,000. So I told him that I would be able to loan him too. Normally, I don't walk around with that kind of cash, but I had just cashed a check from a sale of a business that my family owned.
Had you told him about that?
I had showed him a cashier's check for $17,500 from me to me.
Oh, Miss Boone,
I know.
what a mistake.
Yeah, I learned you don't do that.
How much money did you give him?
I gave him $2,000 in cash that day. The next day he said he...
Your Honor, the fact of the matter is...
Don't tell me what the fact, just tell me about the $2,000.
Miss Boone wanted to get into a relationship with me from day one.
Good. Well, start day one, January 9th. You took $2,000 from her, is that correct?
She gave me the money as a down payment on my vehicle.
Down?
No.
Oh, shh, shh, shh. Just a second. Just a second. Shh. Just a second. She gave you $2,000 as a down payment on the car.
Yes, Your Honor.
How Don't say anything, Miss Boone. How much was the total price of the car?
I told her that I was selling the car for $6,500.
I'm going to ask you questions, so you're going to have to be really quick with your answers.
No problem.
Mr. Hibbert,
No
I want to
problem,
say
Your
something.
Honor.
You think you're smart? Between him and me, you're a kindergartner. I want you to trust me on that. And you don't want to appear foolish here, do you, Mr. Hibbert?
No, Your Honor.
Now, what kind of car was it that you were going to sell her for $6,500?
A 1994 black BMW 325 IS, Your Honor.
Salad free bill.
Shh! Stop it. Now, so she gave you $2,000 down payment.
Yes, Your Honor.
Did she ever purchase the car?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
No, Your Honor.
So you never gave her title to the car?
I let her hold the title in good faith. I did not sign the back, Your Honor.
Okay. Do you have the title back?
She didn't want to give it to me back, Your Honor.
Do you have the car?
No, Your Honor.
Where's the car?
I sold it, Your Honor.
How much did you sell the car for and to whom?
$5,000, Your Honor.
To whom?
To
You're making it up as you're going along, Mr. Hibbert.
No, Your Honor, I'm not.
Yeah.
It's to an individual in Atlanta, Georgia that I sold the vehicle to.
Name?
Her name is
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't know
He
her.
doesn't get it.
I don't know her.
Right,
You told
right, I told him.
You told him.
I told him. Who are you ministering to, Mr. Hibbert? I want to know who you're ministering to, sir.
Who am I ministering to?
Yes, you're a minister, aren't you?
Yes, Your Honor.
I want to know who you're ministering to.
Currently, no one, Your Honor.
That's a very good thing, Mr. Hibbert. That's very, very good. Because the truth will set you free, Mr.
Amen.
Hibbert.
Yes,
Why
ma'am.
didn't you give her back her $2,000?
I called her up and told her I would give her $2,000 back.
Oh, here we go. Good.
She said, I don't owe her $2,000, I owe her $4,300. And she maliciously went to the church that's endorsing me.
I don't care whether she went to a church or not.
And they pulled my endorsement, and that's the reason why I called her.
Oh, just a minute. You mean she went to your church and said he's got my $2,000?
No,
and
that's not all she said, Your Honor. She said that I did sexual misconduct to her. She said that I took her $4,300 from her, and she said that I trespassed on her property.
You're not supposed to take advantage of people, Mr. Hibbert, if you want to be a minister.
I'm not taking advantage of anyone.
Because in January, you should have sent her back her $2,000. In February, you should have sent her back her $2,000. You took her $2,000. Isn't that right?
I loaned him more than that, and it wasn't
Just a
for
second.
payment.
Listen. Did you hear what I said to him?
Yes.
About giving me an upfront?
Yes.
All right. Did you have a discussion with him about buying his BMW?
No, I've always driven hand-me-down Cadillacs that my father would give. I'm a Cadillac person. And I have a 2002 Cadillac that I'm buying right now. Okay. I loaned it to him to move to seminary.
Whether it was a loan or whether it was a down payment on a car that he never came through with, he owes you the $2,000, right?
Your Honor, when you go to a car dealership and you put a down payment on a vehicle and you do not continue to make payments, what happens, Your Honor?
You took the car.
They come and take the car from
No,
you, and you
took
out
the
of your
car.
money.
You took the car
Yes,
to Georgia.
Your Honor, I did, and she knew this up front. She knew that that's what I was doing.
He doesn't owe you anything for storing his car in your carport.
Okay, he said he was going to get it in 1 week. He came back 4 months later to get it.
What I'm telling you is, you could have gotten a tow truck to tow it out, send him a letter, say, if you don't get it out of here in 5 days, I'm getting rid of it. But that kind of favor does not turn into a contract just because you don't want the car. You don't want the car, they call the garbage man, let him take the car. You don't get storage fees. Do you understand?
I understand what
Good.
you're saying.
Very good. Now, tell me what happened, sir, about this business where you were arrested for trespass.
Once I found out that she went to the church and told the pastor these felonious stories, I then went to North Carolina to get my truck. Now, once I was at the mechanic waiting for my vehicle, the police roll up and arrest me and take me to jail, saying that they have...
Can I see a copy of the complaint?
Yes,
Don't
Your
raise
Honor.
your hand, Miss Boone.
Right here. There's the warrant for arrest, and here's the court where they dismissed, gave me a not guilty charge on that, Your Honor.
That's not what it was about.
Okay. Date of the offense, it says here, was February 6th, 2005. What happened on February 6th, madam?
We had a big argument. I was telling him to leave. He would not leave. The only way I finally got him out was to say, okay, I'm leaving. We're both going to walk out. And we did.
I'm not getting the trespass, madam.
Okay, they informed me that the magistrate
Don't tell me what the magistrate.
Okay.
I'm asking you, what conduct of Mr. Hibbert's did you complain about to the police?
He was blocking my door, and it was pretty scary at the moment. It was making me anxious.
And then, listen to me. Subsequently, the same night, you got back together again.
Yes.
Was there any other conduct by Mr. Hibbert after that, where you told him to leave, he was blocking the door and he didn't leave, that you reported to the police by way of the trespass?
No.
That was it?
Yes.
And when did you report that to the police?
The day that I filed the monetary charges, he was already in custody. And that day was May 27th, I think.
Right.
Okay.
It was May 27th. So what you're telling me is you had this argument on February 6th, wherein you fought with him because he didn't come back. He was supposed to come back, and he blocked the door, and that was a trespass because you were told him to leave. You ultimately both left together, and then later that night you reconnected and got together.
Yes.
You didn't report that to the police February 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, the month of February.
Right.
Month of March, you didn't report it to the police. March, April, May, you didn't report it to, you reported to the police 4 months later. That's what you're telling me?
Yes.
You just lost your $2,000. Well, you just lost your $2,000, Miss Boone. I'm going to tell you why. Not because I think he deserves a break, but because when people abuse the justice system, I'm not talking about civil court. Civil court, you take him to. Civil court, he owes you $2,000. You take him to civil court. But when you bring out a detective to take a statement, you took the time of at least one policeman, you took the time of a magistrate, you took the time of a court, you took the time of court officers, clerks to draw up your papers. You took all that time because you felt as if he didn't do the right thing by you. And you were going to get him good.
No.
You weren't just going to get him for the $2,000. You were going to get him good because that's not a trespass, madam.
The magistrate advised me to do it, and it was...
Listen to me. That's baloney. That's baloney. I don't believe it. It's hearsay. What you did was vindictive, and I don't care if what you do is vindictive. I mean, you know, vindictive conduct, as far as I'm concerned, is somebody who really is an amoral person parading around as a preacher. That you can be as vindictive as you like. But when you abuse the justice system, that's something that I won't tolerate.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And later today,
she told me, too bad, I've talked to an attorney and you're not getting any more than that.
She told me she wanted to take her dog to the vet weekly for the next 6 months, and she wanted me to pay for that.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Carolyn Boone says, former lover Peppy Hibbert owes for a loan and storage fees. Peppy is countersuing, claiming Carolyn had him falsely arrested for trespassing.
You weren't scared, madam, of him, frightened of what he was going to do between February 6th, when he blocked the door, and later that evening when you got back together. Now, when you say you got back together and reconnected, do you want to tell me what that means, Mr. Hibbert? Does that mean that you went out for dinner together? Does that mean you had a drink together? Does that mean that you were intimate together? What does that mean?
I've never been intimate with this lady.
Okay. What does it mean when you said to me you got back together?
We got a hotel room and stayed there.
Yeah, right.
Okay,
So what you're telling me is after you got a hotel room together, you decided to tell somebody in the justice system that he trespassed on your property on February 6th.
To her.
All right. Well, I'm not interested in it. You just lost your $2,000. Sir, and you just paid a $2,000 on your counterclaim. Do you understand? That means you get exactly what each of you deserve. Nothing. Goodbye. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
He's reaching for straws to try to get out of paying me the $4,300 that I loaned him.
I continually told her I wasn't interested in having a relationship with her.
He's trying to get me back. He's saying I ruined his career.
And then when she saw that I was standing strong to not wanting a relationship with her.
But it'll be brought to light, not here in this forum, but ultimately it will be brought to light.
She then decided, okay, let me maliciously try to ruin this man.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Crowther versus Moore. Step forward.
Shelby Crowther is suing her neighbor, 24-year-old Cody Moore, for vet bills. Shelby says Cody's 6-year-old son, Caden, threw her dog in the air and broke his leg.
According to your complaint, Miss Moore's little boy, this 6-year-old, was in your backyard where your dog was playing. He was invited over by your son, who is a couple of years older. How old are you?
8.
Stand up next to your mother. I have a few questions for you. Tell me your name.
My name's Cody.
Cody, do you know this little boy's name?
No.
What's your name?
Hayden Moore. He does know my name.
Caden Moore.
Yeah, when we were at daycare.
Caden.
Okay. Is he your neighbor?
Yes.
Remember that day when your dog got injured? Say yes. You remember?
Yes.
You have to answer my questions. Were you playing in the backyard?
Yes.
Did you invite him to come over in your backyard? No. Did you offer him a lollipop?
Yes, but I put it through the fence.
Did you offer him a lollipop?
Yes.
And did he take the lollipop?
Yes.
Did he come around in your backyard?
No.
He was never in your backyard?
Yes, but...
How did he get there?
Climbed the fence.
And what happened when he got there?
He started playing for a little, then he picked Gizmo up and threw him up in the air and broke his leg.
What did you say to him when he did that?
Nothing.
What did you do?
I picked up Gizmo.
And where did he go?
My mom told him to go back home.
And he did. And you took your dog Gizmo to the doctor?
Correct.
And he had a broken leg?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And you want Miss Moore to pay for the vet bills?
Correct.
I'm listening.
I did not become aware of the situation until she had come over to my house to let me know what was going on. I talked to my son, and he said that her son told him that if he'd climb the fence, that he would give him a sucker and they could play.
So he's over in the backyard?
Mm-hmm. And my son did say that he picked up the dog, that her son asked him to put the dog down, and my son did that. However, he did not throw her dog at all.
Well, how do you think the leg got broken?
I believe that he did drop her dog. A dog that weighs 4 pounds has a leg like a toothpick, so I'm sure it did break. That's,
okay.
I believe that.
So either way, whether he dropped him or threw him.
I offered to pay the bills. I gave her my cell phone number. I asked her to please call me when the dog was done so that I knew what was going on. She's my new neighbor. I just moved in.
So what was the problem?
The problem started when she tried to press criminal charges on my child.
No, what
That's actually
happened?
in the police report that I have with me. She had told the police a completely fabricated story. The police
Well,
came...
what did you do after the dog? You took the dog to the vet?
After I picked the dog up, went in the house, and immediately went over to her house. My husband held the dog for me. I went over to her house and explained to her what had happened. She told me that's not possible. Her son was in his bedroom unpacking.
No,
I said that is not true. He was just in my backyard, and I told him to go home.
Okay, well, maybe she didn't know that.
We went into the backyard. He wasn't in there, so he was in the garage. And she asked him, and he said yes, he did pick the dog up and drop the dog.
Okay.
And I told her, I said, you're going to be responsible for these vet bills. I said, I don't have the money. She looked at me and said, well, I'm a single mom, so maybe it's best to put the dog to sleep and I will buy you a new one. I immediately looked at her and said, that's not how this works. This is my dog. I mean, he's my baby. We're not going to put him to sleep.
Did you go over there, Miss Crowther, angry?
No, I did not raise my voice at her.
You don't have to raise your voice.
I was upset. I was bawling.
Okay.
I was upset.
Okay. I mean, I can imagine that you were upset, and I can imagine that you were not calm when you spoke to her. You may not have been screaming at her. You may not have been cursing at her. I don't know. But I assume, based upon just the way you phrased it to me today, that you did not go over there in a neighborly-like way.
Right.
Well, that was wrong. This is not something that's done maliciously.
Right.
So then you should have taken it down a notch. Right?
Right.
You owe her an apology.
I'm sorry if I upset you.
You should have taken it down a notch. She didn't do anything.
Right. I didn't become enraged until she told me to put my dog to sleep.
Enraged is a relative term. If you went over there and said, gee, that was just a real bad accident, I think that your little boy was responsible for my dog's broken leg. Right. You know, I'm going to take the dog to the vet. You know, we're going to be able to handle this. That's one way of putting it. Another way of putting it is to go over there with screaming mimis on, you know, because your dog is injured. I got it. But I think, at least with her, you overreacted. She said she'd pay the vet bill. What's the vet bill?
Well, the problem is...
She said she'd pay the vet bill. What's the vet bill?
$364.25.
That's a hefty bill for her to pay, but if she said she would pay it, it's her responsibility, and she's going to take care of it. Did you call the police?
Yes.
Why?
Because I was informed that I had to have a police case number in order to file a civil claim in court.
Well, I don't know who's giving you legal advice. Certainly not any reputable person I know. You don't need a police report in order to file a small claims case.
I don't understand if I said I would pay it, why she would have to file a small claims case anyway.
I have no idea. I have no idea.
She was only going to pay the initial bill. She told me she would not pay to have the cast removed. She flat told me, I'm only going to pay the $299. And I says, what about the remaining cost? She told me, too bad, I've talked to an attorney and you're not getting any more than that.
Actually, she told me she wanted to take her dog to the vet weekly for the next 6 months, and she wanted me to pay for that.
The vet
to
required that he come in every week to have the cast looked at so that it didn't get infected or anything happen.
The whole bill was $364.25. Judgment for the plaintiff, $364.25. When you have a new neighbor, you try to handle things reasonably. She seems like a nice lady. Now you're at odds with each other and you share a backyard. That's terrible. And you have 2 kids who would probably play very nicely together. You know, they're 2 nice little boys. See if you can go have a cup of coffee together. It would probably be a very good idea. You're going to live there for a long time?
Plan to.
All right, so you got off to a bad start. See if you can make it better.
Okay.
You'll be happier. That's all.
Thank you.
Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Folks, have a seat.
Miss Ali, it is your claim that you and a boyfriend were at defendant's club and you were, without provocation, assaulted by an employee of his. And the defendant's position is that you were intoxicated and that any injuries that you sustained as a result of your own intoxication. Is that right?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. When were you at his club?
On May 9th of this year.
How old are you?
I'm 21.
And what do you do?
I go to school and I do customer service.
What school do you go to?
OSU.
What is that?
Ohio State.
You a full-time student?
Part-time.
And you work part-time or full-time?
Part-time.
Who's your boyfriend? Is he here?
He's right there.
How old is he?
He's 22.
Does he go to school also?
Yes.
Now, on the 9th of May, who were you at this club with?
I was with him.
Just
with
the
my
2 of you?
boyfriend. Just 2 of us.
Had you been to this club before?
I've been there once before.
What time did you arrive there?
I arrived there about 11:40.
Where had you been before that evening?
Before that evening, I've been to the movies.
With your boyfriend?
Yes.
And from the movies, you went to the club?
Yes.
Tell me what happened.
Okay. At the time when we got there, we were just having fun, just around there. And then it got about 2 o'clock. It was time for everybody to go home. And we were about to leave, and then one of the security guards, he was going to open the back door for us to leave. And all of a sudden, I heard another security guard yelling behind us. He came and he said, "I know you two heard me calling you back there. Why are you ignoring me?" And my boyfriend nicely said that, "I'm sorry we didn't hear you, but we are leaving right now." And then he said, "No, you can't go because I know you were ignoring me and you need to tell me why you were ignoring me." And then he grabbed my arm. And when he grabbed my arm, I yanked my arm off him and told him, "Please don't ever touch me again." And as soon as I said that, he must have got mad, and he grabbed both of us and just pushed us against the wall real hard.
Shh, don't say anything.
When he pushes against the wall real hard, like it hurt my back. And then all of a sudden, it happened so fast that he hit me, and I must have dropped because I don't remember exactly what happened. I heard noises, but I couldn't see. I remember my boyfriend grabbing me. When he grabbed me, we were pushed out from the back door. And then we heard all noises, and I heard my boyfriend call the police and the ambulance for me. And then when the cops arrived, he asked us what happened. And when my boyfriend tried...
Can I see the police report?
Sure.
Is the security guard still in your employ?
No, ma'am, he's not.
What's his name?
I know him as Big Ant.
Big Ant?
Yes.
How long did he work for you?
Perhaps a year or so.
Well, Mr. Dugan, you pay your employees on the books?
Sometimes.
Did you pay Big Ant on the books or off the books? Look at me.
Yes, ma'am.
On the books or off the books?
He was paid cash at the end of every night. I do not know if he reported it.
Well, I'm just asking you because if you paid him on the books, then you'd have to have a name other than Big Ant.
Yes, ma'am.
You thought this was going to be easy?
No, ma'am.
It's not going to be easy.
Yes, ma'am.
Because you weren't there that night.
No, I wasn't.
And you don't know what happened. Hopefully...
I was home with my pregnant wife, who was 2 weeks away from giving birth, ma'am.
Listen, they're good for you.
Thank you.
And I hope everything turned out okay. But right now you have this gentleman who I assume wants to tell me what he saw because he was there that night. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
You'll be up there in a second. I want you to make sure you got it all straight in your head. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any other reports that you have?
No, ma'am. I have some pictures of the incident that
I would like to
happened
see
to my
them.
eye.
You were treated at the hospital for
my eye.
You had a laceration under your eye. According to the police, somebody socked you in the eye.
Right.
Is that the only injury that you sustained?
Yes.
Tell me your name.
Troy Jones.
On what date did Big Ant terminate your employ?
As of that night. Not heard from him since.
When you say as of that night, is that because he didn't return to work on the 10th? Or because you told him not to return to work on the 10th?
He left before the police arrived, or when the police arrived.
And you know that from this gentleman?
He and other employees.
Why did Big Ant take off?
I have no idea, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Jones, how long have you been in Mr. Dugan's employ?
On and off for about 5 years.
In what capacity?
I work with the bands that work there on a particular night, specifically Sunday nights.
What do you mean you work with the bands?
I'm also a member of the band also.
How many hours were you working that night?
I usually arrive at the club early, about 8 o'clock, and then the band usually starts performing anywhere between 10:30 and 11 o'clock at night.
When you're playing with the band, do you have any alcohol?
No, I don't drink at all.
Tell me what you observed on the 9th of May.
At around 2:15, we're between 2:15 and 2:30. We asked that security start having people leave the bar because by law everybody has to be out of the bar by 2:30. Also, what happens is the bar staff will not count any money until all the patrons are out of the bar. Well, they were walking the other direction.
They were walking in what direction?
Toward the side door, which is basically like an emergency exit. Big Ant is telling them, hey, you got to go out. We have to leave now. You have to go this way. Well, he said it 5 or 6 times. By the time he gets up to them, they get together. Some words were exchanged. I don't know exactly what was said, but all I know is I seen a hand come up, which looked like a female hand. He was scratched, and there was a ruckus in between her and her boyfriend and Big Ant. And it wasn't a punch. It was more or less like an open hand smack like that. But he's a big guy, so it may have caused some damage. But it looked like she attacked him first.
Well,
that's a lie.
No, that's
you
not
didn't,
true, Your
but
Honor.
Mr. Jones, you didn't actually see that.
Yes, I did. From where I was standing, what I could see, yeah.
Where you were standing, what you can see. Now, you're equivocating. The one thing you didn't equivocate about was you saw Big Ant hit her. It looked like with an open hand somewhere around her face. That you said you saw.
Yes.
Well, an open hand doesn't cause this kind of damage.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
I saw what appeared to be a female hand. Of necessity, it would have to be the plaintiff, unless her boyfriend has feminine hands.
And later today.
Well, when you pulled it off, madam, you scratched the paint.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did!
No, I didn't.
Listen to me. Yes, you did. That's why I'm here and you're there.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Sarah Ali says she was punched in the face at Dan Dugan's nightclub. Sarah says the culprit was one of Dan's bouncers.
Okay, let's go back to what you saw at the beginning. You said that you saw what appeared to be a female hand. Is that what you told me?
Yeah, going up like this, coming down at him.
Well, how many females were standing there, Mr. Jones?
It was only one.
So, describe what a female hand looks like, Mr. Jones.
Well, I mean, a female hand is not nearly as big as a man's hand in most cases, is what I think. I could be wrong.
So there were 3 people there.
Right.
Is that right? Big Ant, this young lady, and her boyfriend.
Right.
So when you say to me, I saw what appeared to be a female hand, of necessity, it would have to be the plaintiff, unless her boyfriend has feminine hands. Is that right, Mr. Jones?
Could be, could not be.
Well, I mean, by a process of elimination, if there are 3 people standing there, unless, according to you, Big Ant scratched himself, sir, it would have to be one of the other 2 people.
Right.
Right?
Yes.
I'm having too much fun. Now, did you wait around for the police to arrive, sir?
Yes, ma'am, I was still there.
Did you observe the ambulance?
I seen the ambulance pull up, yes.
So you knew that the police were treating this as a serious incident?
Yes.
Is that right?
Well, if they were called, yes.
And if they were treating this as a serious incident, clearly they were treating this young lady as the victim.
Right.
And certainly, based upon what you told me, you observed that this young lady was the aggressor in this incident. Is that right?
Yes, they both were.
No, 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 you didn't say both. I said who was the aggressor. Based upon what you told me, she was the aggressor. Is that right? And you would want to be a good citizen. You are a good citizen, aren't you, Mr. Jones?
Yes, Your Honor.
Could you explain to me how the police report is silent with regard to your statement to the police that she was the aggressor and scratched him?
No policeman ever came and talked to me.
Well, do you think that the police have some sort of crystal ball? If you have information that this employee of the club that you know for a year was the real victim, and there were a lot of people there, you think it's a good idea to go up to the police and say, listen, I saw the whole thing. She scratched him first. Look at his face. Well, the police report doesn't say anything about Big Ant having any scratches on his face.
Well, he wasn't there to make a report.
Even more of a reason for someone who witnessed the whole process to go up to the police and say, listen, the guy took off, but he was really not responsible. She was responsible. She assaulted him. Isn't that right, Mr. Jones?
Yeah.
Sit down.
Can I make one statement?
Anything else you want to say to me, Mr. Dugan?
I don't think so, Your
Good. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount requested, $3,000. That's all.
All you guys do, you may step out.
Had you contacted me, I would have helped you. I'm really sorry what happened to you.
I'll be back to it.
I'm really sorry what happened. Okay. I'm going. Thank you. Thank all of you. Have a good life. She rendered her decision as she saw fit. That's her job.
I think I got what I deserved.
I'm happy with the judgment, but I still they need some regulations in that club.
As I was leaving, this security guard comes out of nowhere and picks on us for some reason.
They said that a woman was punched by a bouncer when she refused to leave.
I tried calling the club many times.
They want to come and have a nice time and behave themselves and leave when it's time to leave? Great.
I never went back there after that happened, and I don't intend to go back.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Villapudua versus Contreras. Step forward.
22-year-old Lorena Villapudua is suing her boyfriend's ex, 24-year-old Magdalena Contreras, for vandalizing her car. Lorena claims Magdalena ripped off the license plate frame.
According to your complaint, the defendant, Ms. Contreras, is your boyfriend's ex-girlfriend.
Correct.
They also have a child together.
Right.
How old is that child?
He's 6.
Are you pregnant again?
Yes.
Whose baby is that?
My fiance.
You live together?
Yes.
You only have one child?
Little Rudy, and then this one that's coming on the way.
According to your complaint, you and your fiance were at an open school night at Rudy's school.
Right.
The defendant was there with her mother?
Yes.
There was some sort of an argument that took place, and after that, Ms. Contreras vandalized your car.
Yes, because she was upset with him.
Ms. Contreras says she didn't do as much as you said she did, just did a little. Is that your defense?
Yes.
Ms. Contreras, that's almost like being a little bit pregnant. It doesn't happen.
Lorena Villapudua says her boyfriend's ex, Magdalena Contreras, vandalized her car. Magdalena claims Lorena provoked her.
Now, I'm going to go to Ms. Contreras because Ms. Contreras doesn't seem to object and seems to acknowledge the fact that she did put her hands on your car. So I'm going to ask her to tell me why.
Because my ex, Rudy, was supposed to take our son.
Rudy?
Yes. He was supposed to take our son to open house, which he didn't. And
okay. So it was an open school night and Rudy was with his father?
Yes.
For how long?
It's joint custody, so every other week he's with his dad.
So he had him for the week?
Yes.
Okay, so he didn't bring him to open school night?
Yeah, he didn't.
So?
So I got upset and I started asking him, why didn't he bring our son? And he said our son rather be with his grandpa. And I just got upset and I started yelling at him.
In the school?
Yeah. Yes.
Why?
Because I was upset. I was hurt that he didn't take our son.
Control yourself. You were making a scene in the school?
Yes.
Well, that's stupid.
I know it's stupid.
Didn't your mother tell you to shut up?
Yeah, she did tell me to shut up, but I didn't
Good
listen to
for
her.
you.
No, she didn't.
Good for you.
She did not.
Shh. Am I the kind of person who needs help from you?
No.
So you created a scene in your son's school, which of course left everybody, including the teachers, the administration, the other parents, with the idea that this child comes from a home where they're not going to let their kids go and visit, certainly, because his mother doesn't know how to control herself.
Well, I was very hurt that he didn't take our son. Our son was
Get over it.
all happy that he was going to go.
Get over it. Did the court grant you joint custody?
Yes.
The court granted you joint custody, then the court clearly had to say, I think that both of these parents are responsible enough to take care of this child an equal amount of time, that they're two good parents, and they made a judgment that he was as good a parent as you were. So that if he's with his father and his father decides not to bring him to open school night, that's none of your business.
So let's move on from there. So you got angry, making a scene in the school in front of other people. Then what did you do?
We went into the classroom. The teacher started talking to us, and she was showing us.
Were you behaving at this point?
Yeah.
Good. And?
And then I just went to his desk and got his little picture, and then me and my mom took off, and then I seen Lorena's car, and I recognized it, and I just broke off her license plate holder. That's all I did to it. I didn't scratch it or anything else.
Well, tell me exactly the steps that you took. You saw her car while you were driving in your car?
No, I
or
was
were you
walking to my car.
Okay. You were walking to your car, you saw her car. So you had to bend down. Did you take off the back license plate or the front?
The back, just the holder.
And what did you do with it?
I broke it off, and then I was going to leave it on her window, but I didn't, so I just took off with it.
Can I see photographs of the damage to the car, please?
Yes, you may. I also have a police report.
I'd like to see that, too.
And it has a witness, a 13-year-old girl that was standing out near the car.
Well, when you pulled it off, madam, you scratched the paint.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did!
No, I didn't. I didn't
Listen
scratch
to
her
me.
car.
Listen to me. Yes, you did.
No.
Yes, you did. That's why I'm here and you're there.
I didn't scratch her car.
That's why I'm here and you're there.
Your Honor, I seen it.
Just a second. Say nothing. You still have to share custody of this child, I assume.
Yes.
So, she can get mad at me, I don't care. As a matter of fact, I rather like it. You were driving the white truck?
Yes, ma'am.
And you said to your daughter, what are you doing?
Exactly.
Exactly. What did you say to this idiot when she got back into the car?
I told her that, why did you do that? It was uncalled for.
Absolutely right. You're absolutely right. You have an estimate?
I do. I didn't scratch her car when I broke that off. There's no way that I scratched her car. Your Honor, may I say something?
Go ahead.
The license plate frame is screwed on.
I know what she did. She pulled it off. She went like this in order to get it off, and in doing so, she scratched the car with the license plate. That's what she did. And she keeps saying, I just took off the frame. When you went over to take off the frame, genius, did you have with you pliers?
No.
You had your hands?
Yes.
So you had to pull it. It was screwed on. When you pulled it, in order to get it off, and you were jiggling it, you scratched around the car. Do you get it?
I didn't scratch your car.
Oh, what an idiot. What an idiot. Listen, do me a favor. You know, she's pregnant now. When she's finished, discuss birth control with her. It's really a shame that we're continuing this. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $618. That's all.
Parties are 263 on the calendar in the matter of Brown versus Chance. Parties have been sworn in, Your Honor. You may be seated. Have a seat.
Miss Brown, you own a building.
Yes, I do.
And one of your buildings had a leak. According to your complaint, you looked in the yellow pages and you found a plumber, the defendant, and asked him to go over and take a look and see what the problem was. So far, is that about right?
That's right.
He went over there and he called you and he told you what he thought the problem was and what it would take to fix it.
That's correct.
You paid him for his service call. You eventually found somebody else to fix the problem, paid him less money. And it is your claim that because Mr. Chance was angry that he didn't get the job, he harassed you in a vindictive way by going over and frightening your tenants, telling them that things were dangerous as a result of the shoddy workmanship that was being done in their building. Now, when did you have a leak in your building?
That was July 17th.
Who had a leak in their apartment?
Terry James.
Step up. Miss James, tell me what happened in your apartment on the 17th of July.
I had a leak by the bedroom window.
Near the bedroom window?
Yeah, down by the floor, by the baseboard.
Had it been raining that day?
Nope. But the lineman had watered and watered and watered, and he had forgot to leave the water on.
So it was clear water that was coming through?
Yes.
And you called the landlord?
Yes.
All right, is that what brought you to the apartment, Mr. Chance?
No, it's not.
Well, what brought you to the apartment, sir?
Well, Suzanne Brown gave us a call on the 17th, and we went out to the property and did an inspection of the property. When we entered the tenant's unit, we found that the tub was full of sewage. There was about...
That's a lie, Your Honor.
Shh, just a second. The bathtub?
The bathtub.
Was full of sewage?
Was full of sewage.
Is that right?
No, not full of
sewage.
Is that right?
That's a lie. That's a lie. There was no sewage in the tub at all. He wasn't even the man that came out. The man that came out, he ain't even here, I guess.
Really?
The man that came out walked around the house, went around to the front, got on the phone and called this man.
Did he come at that point?
No, he didn't. He never showed up. He showed
Not
up
that day?
No.
Is that right, sir?
I was there on the 17th of July. I did not go in her unit. But
Just a minute. So you didn't go into her unit?
I did not.
So you didn't see anything in her unit on the 17th of July?
I saw sewage all around the perimeter of the outside of the building.
You did not go into her unit on the 17th?
I did not.
Good. Do you have a copy of the receipt that you got?
Yes, I
from
do.
His company?
He sent that to me.
Okay. They say that in the front unit, they have water standing in the tub. Someone has inserted the word sewer water standing in the tub in this. This is the way you received it?
Exactly.
Okay. Now, when did you call somebody else? On what date?
I had actually called, there's a plumber that I always use. I had actually called him. The problem was that when I found out about the leak, it was a Sunday, and he wasn't available, and I wasn't sure how big it was, and I wanted to fix the issue.
Is this your regular plumber?
Yes.
Sit down. Step up, sir. Tell me your name.
My name's Mike Howard.
How long have you been working for the plaintiff?
Oh, probably since about '02.
You familiar with this unit?
Yes.
When did you go out to the unit?
The day after, the Monday.
Tell me what you found when you went out there on the 18th of July.
The water from the sprinklers had went over the foundation and entered the home.
That's a lie, Your Honor.
Where had it entered the home?
It had came up over the foundation and ran into the area that was wet.
Carpeting wet?
Yes.
Around the baseboards?
Yes.
Did you find anything else wrong with the house?
The bathtub had about, I'd say about 1.5 inches of water in it that just wouldn't drain.
So the water that was standing in the tub was water that had been standing there because of a clogged drain?
Correct.
What did you use to clean out the drain?
Snake.
How much did you charge the plaintiff to do the whole job?
$2,500.
What did you charge her the $2,500 for?
We dug a place approximately 2 foot wide around the perimeter of the home. It was 90 foot long, and we poured concrete in there.
And what was that supposed to do?
It stopped the water from entering the home at the foundation.
You mean from the sprinkler system?
It was just a hose, but yeah.
What was the estimate that the defendant gave you to fix the problem?
The defendant told me it would be $45,000 for him to come in and dig out the entire concrete floor, and that my tenants would have to evacuate the premises. And the problem was that nobody had actually done any tests. The defendant never actually did any tests. All they did was walk the perimeter of the property. And actually, he didn't even do that. He had someone else do that. And came to the conclusion that it would be $45,000, that I needed to call my insurance company and make sure that I had him there, because the insurance company might not believe me, and that all three of us could meet and he could convince them that this is what needed to be done and get them to pay for it.
Now, after you decided not to hire him and you decided to hire Mr. Howard?
Correct.
Tell me what you claim he did to harass you and your tenants.
Well, on that Monday, when he had gone out and he had started working on it, when I came back that night, I had received numerous calls from Terry James, and I had 2 messages from Tony Chance. The first one said, I tried to run your credit card for the $69 service charge, and either you gave me the wrong number or I wrote it down wrong, and you really need to give me a call as soon as possible, otherwise we're going to have problems. The second message I got said that, I still haven't heard from you. You must be avoiding me. And by the way, I happened to go out to the property today, and I saw that you had some repairs going on there. And I just want to let you know that that was a really bad move on your part, and that now I'm going to have to contact the Sacramento Housing Authority and let them know what's going on over there. I'm going to put a full written report together to turn you in. And so to me, it was obviously, he was vindictive. I couldn't believe the message that I got. I was completely freaked out, and Terry said that he had been by there.
Don't.
Okay.
Step up. You can sit down. Did Mr. Chance come back to the house?
Yes, he came back on Monday.
He spoke to you?
Yes, he did.
What did he say to you?
Oh, my God. What is this? You mean to tell me they put concrete around the house? The sewage problem is not done. The pipes is busted. You guys are going to die. You guys need to get out right now. You guys should vacate the place. You guys mean to tell me you're not out of there? And then he came back on Tuesday and scared my son. Had my son all upset. Talking about we should have been out of there. We going to die. We go to sleep. We going to die. We should have been moved out of there.
Okay. Since July 18th or 19th, have you had any other problems in your home?
No, I haven't.
Any other water?
Nothing. It's wrong.
Are you friendly with the other tenants?
Yes, I am. Very friendly.
Anybody else have any water problems that you know of?
Nobody has any problems on the property.
I guess you were wrong.
I don't think so, Your Honor.
I guess you were wrong.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
So I'm asking you, what tests did you personally do? Make sure you give me an answer that I'm going to be comfortable with, Mr. Chance.
And later today.
And it never dawned on you to take the rest of the money and give it back to them.
They didn't ask for it back.
Insurance isn't supposed to make you rich, madam.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Landlord Suzanne Brown says plumber Anthony Chance harassed her and her tenants after she refused his professional services.
Did you write a report to any housing authority with regard to what you found?
No, I did not.
Ms. Brown says that that's what you threatened to do. Is that what you threatened to do, Mr. Chance?
I never threatened to do anything.
Did you indicate that that's what you were going to do?
No, I did not.
What did you say?
I said specifically that I had already called the health department due to the fact that there was still a dangerous issue out at her property.
When had you called the health department?
I called them Monday night when I drove by the property and saw that concrete had been poured over the top of the sewage on the outside of the building.
Mr. Chance, but you were wrong, sir, because we've had 5 months since you were there. And no problem.
They've taken care of the symptoms, but the problem still exists. And the problem with the property that they have there is the drains underneath the footing were leaking substantially and had been that way for a long time.
What tests did you do, specifically, what tests did you do on the 17th when you were there to test that?
I've got phone records with me showing that I was on my phone with my service tech who was on the job.
What tests did you do? Not your technician. If you call the health department, I would say that you don't rely on a technician. You go out there yourself before you make the call.
I did.
The very next day. So I'm asking you, what tests did you personally do? Make sure you give me an answer that I'm going to be comfortable with, Mr. Chance.
I personally didn't do any tests.
That's what I thought. Now, did you ever give Miss Brown a quote of $45,000 to fix the problem?
No, I did not, Your Honor.
Did you ever say to Miss Brown that she should contact her insurance company?
I may have mentioned that, yes.
And that you should be there when the insurance company adjuster comes to look at the problem?
I advised her that that would be a good idea.
And are you telling me that you didn't give her a ballpark figure about what the problem would cost to rectify?
No, I didn't, Your Honor. I told her we needed to do tests to determine where the problem was at.
Oh, so if you're telling her you needed to do tests to determine where the problem was, why did you call the health department?
Well, we knew that there was a problem. We didn't know which bathroom was leaking or where the problem was at underneath the slab because the whole area underneath the house was saturated with sewage.
What made you think, sir, that the whole area under the house was saturated with sewage?
Because my technician went into the other unit, the back unit, and ran a sink for 20 minutes, and the water proceeded to come up in the carpets in the front bedroom of the front unit, which indicates a backed up sewer main.
And you think that that just happened once, sir?
I went by the job on Sunday night.
Yeah?
Because Suzanne had agreed to meet me there Sunday night.
Yeah?
And I was sitting in front of the property. I did not go in either of the units, but I saw the sewage around the perimeter of the building. I sat there for maybe 5 minutes, and then Suzanne called me and said, "I'm sorry, but something's come up. I can't meet you. I'll have to do it on Monday." So I left the property, but at that point, I was able to witness the wet sewage all the way around the outside footing, and it definitely was.
What made you think it was wet sewage, sir?
Based on the description that my technician gave me while he was in the home.
Mr. Chance, you want to know what I think, sir?
What?
I'm going to tell you what I think. I think that you were really annoyed with Miss Brown because she decided not to use you to fix this major problem and did you out of a really expensive job. Because he came out and said he ran a snake in the tub, the water went down, and she's had no more problems. 5 months later, your technician came out and did Zippo. Nothing. Left the standing water in the bathtub and did nothing. What you did was you decided this was a big job. The entire foundation of this house had to be ripped up. Call your insurance company and let them know. All has to be redone. And then somebody else came and did it, and you were annoyed. And you didn't call the health department until after you were advised that she had gotten somebody else to fix what she perceived to be the problem, or what she was told by a professional was the problem. That's vindictive, sir. What else?
I actually ended up filing a police report against him because I became scared. It's like he turned into this psycho plumber. And
he was just annoyed. It was a $45,000 job that went out the window because you got somebody with a snake to fix the problem.
Judy, could I have some evidence?
My friends call me by my first name.
Now, what I don't understand, Mr. Chance, is I absolutely believe Mr. Howard when he says he went to the premises the next day, took a snake, put it in the bathtub, snaked out the bathtub, the water went down, and I absolutely believe Miss Jones when she says she has not had a problem since. What I don't understand is how come your technician went into the house, saw standing water, and didn't take a snake to try to get it to go down, yet went into another unit, a unit that they had not called to complain about, let the water run in that unit to come up with a story, instead of doing the first thing that I would do as a plumber and say, gee, I see this standing water. Let me see if I can get it to go down. Do you understand what I'm saying to you, Mr. Chance?
I understand.
Very good. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,500. That's all. You did the wrong thing. It's going to cost you.
Your Honor.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
It was a lie, the whole thing about the health department. He never called anybody because he knew he'd never done any tests.
I think that they tried to hide the real problem so that the health department won't come out and create any problems with having to really repair the broken pipes underneath the slab.
I had spent $2,500 having the problem fixed. Obviously, I'm not a slumlord.
I'm positive that's what the problem was because that's what I saw.
I'm just happy, very, very happy. Justice does be served.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Freshley versus Velasquez. Step forward.
22-year-old Amy Freshley is suing former friend Herman Velasquez for rental car charges and for damages to the vehicle. Herman claims he owes Amy nothing.
Miss Freshley, you had an automobile accident.
Yes.
You knew the defendant, who was a mechanic, and you entered into an agreement with him that he would fix your car.
Right.
And according to you, your agreement was that the car would be ready in a week or 5 days. If it went over that, he was going to compensate you for the rental car.
Exactly.
Now, the car wasn't ready on time. He was supposed to pay for the additional days.
Right.
In addition to that, it is your claim that he took the rental car.
Exactly.
Which, for some reason, you left at his shop, drove it, and caused damage to it, and you were being charged by Enterprise Rental Car for the damage that you ascribed to him.
Exactly.
Okay. The car you were in an accident with was a 95 Tahoe?
Yes.
Is that your car?
Yes.
Alone?
Me and my boyfriend's car.
Who purchased it?
We both did.
You have insurance?
Yes.
Did the insurance pay for the accident?
Yes.
How much?
$4,045.
Who did they pay that to?
Paid it to me and my boyfriend.
Did you take the money?
I took the money and paid Herman $2,800.
They paid you $4,000 for something that he fixed for $2,800?
Yep.
And it never dawned on you to take the rest of the money and give it back to them?
They didn't ask for it back. They said they wouldn't pay for the rental, so I figured I'd use also some of that for a rental because I wouldn't have a car for a week.
Okay. So let us say he took the car, which you acknowledge. He took the car.
Yeah.
Don't acknowledge that you had an accident with it or that you damaged it.
No.
But you acknowledge you took it.
Yeah.
So let's say $2,800 is what he charged you for the car.
Yes.
Plus you say that he should be responsible for another $340 for the additional days that the car was rented
Yes.
when he didn't have it fixed on time.
Yes.
Right? Plus $340. Plus $701 for damage to the car.
Yes.
That's $3,841. Did you have any other expenses by virtue of this accident that you had?
No.
Well, my calculations are that you're still ahead $200 from what you scammed out of the insurance company. You expect me to give you more money? What are you looking at me? Am I speaking some sort of a foreign language?
No, I just
you don't
expected.
understand?
I just expected to be paid for a car that I rented, and he said he'd pay for the extra week.
You didn't pay for the extra week. Your insurance company did. Think of it this way. On what date did you have the accident? March 29th?
Yes.
March 29th. On March 29th, you started off with a car that was in good running order.
Yes.
Right? And zero in the bank. On April 15th, you had $4,045 in the bank from the insurance company.
Yes.
2 weeks later, you had your car back, you had rented a car, and you still have an extra $200 in your bank. Now, what you want me to do is give you the extra $200, plus you want him to pay you $1,100.
Yes, I will.
That means that at the end of this accident, you have your car
It doesn't
and an
matter what
extra $1,300. Insurance isn't supposed to make you rich, madam. It is supposed to compensate you for your damage.
But that wasn't the deal when I had rented.
The deal that you entered into with your insurance company is to be an honest insured. I'm speaking. The deal that you entered into with your insurance company is that if you had an accident, they were going to compensate you for the reasonable cost of having your car fixed. And the reasonable cost of you having your car fixed was $2,800.
That's because he told me that's how much it was going to cost.
So why didn't you tell that to the insurance company?
I did. He actually wrote up something higher than what he was going to charge me.
And did you tell the insurance company that he did
No.
that? Let me tell you all about the doctrine of clean hands. The doctrine of clean hands is something that we learned very early on in law school. It says that when a citizen comes into court and asks the court to hear their case, they can't come in with dirty hands, which means they can't come in being wrong, scamming somebody and saying, well, he's a worse scammer than I am. Why won't you help me? What he did was worse. I had a deal with him. We had a deal that he was going to jack up the cost of fixing the car. He was going to have the adjuster come to his place and say it needs this and this and this and this and this. And he was going to get $2,800 to fix it, and I was going to end up pocketing the rest, which was $1,000 or whatever. And the only one that was going to be out is the insurance company, and they got plenty of money anyway.
Why?
So, madam, you get from me nothing. Zippo. Nada. Except a lesson in morality. Your case is dismissed.
Parties are excused. Judge Judy.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Folks, have a seat.
Ms. Roth, it is your claim that you were at a party, the defendant was at a party, he moved your car, he did so without asking you, and he dented it. The defendant says that it was you who were drunk, moved your own car, and dented it yourself. That's your defense, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Was this party at your house?
Yes, it was, ma'am.
How many people did you have at the party?
20, 25.
How old are you?
I'm 20, going on 22, 21 right now.
Well, hopefully if I let you, you'll be 22. Right now you're 21. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Who do you live with?
I live with my witness here and another person.
So you have two roommates?
Yes, ma'am.
What kind of work do you do?
I'm in construction.
What night of the week was this?
July 9th. I think it was a Friday night Friday night.
Okay. And did you know Miss Roth before your party?
Yes, I did.
All right, Miss Roth, were you present when the defendant got into your car?
No, I was not. I was inside.
Who was?
My witness, Tita, was in the car.
Tell me your name.
Tita Chewin.
Miss Chewin, did you know the defendant prior to this evening?
Yes, Your Honor.
Was there drinking at the party?
Yes.
Any drugs at the party?
No.
None that you saw?
Not that I saw.
But drinking?
Yes.
All right, tell me what happened with the car.
We went outside to...
Who's we?
The three of us. We went outside to grab CDs, and it was a summer night, so we had tank tops on and skirts, and we wanted to grab shirts to put over. So we went out to the car, she grabbed her CDs, I grabbed my shirt, I put it on, she went back inside the house, and she left the keys for me. So I was in the passenger seat getting ready to leave, and he claims the truck in front of him needed to be moved, so he hopped in, and I told him, Monica...
Okay, he said that the car that you were in had to be moved?
Yes.
Okay.
The car was on accessories, but the engine wasn't on. He started it and...
Don't speak!
He started it and slammed on the gas without even looking behind him. And before he started the car, I told him, Monica would not want you driving her car. It's brand new. She doesn't even let us drive her car. I've known her since elementary school. We're really close. And he just slammed on the gas without even looking behind him, and I told him, don't you want to look behind you? And next thing I know, there was a big crash, and he jumps out of the car.
Did he say anything to you?
No, he just jumped out.
Did he put the car in park and jump out? Did he turn it off?
Oh, he pulled it up really quick so she wouldn't know, and then jumped out of the car.
So first he went backwards.
Yep, and then he pulled it up.
So he changed gears.
Yes.
I just want you to go step by step with me. So let's go step by step. First, it was in reverse.
Yep, and he slammed on the gas, hit the car, was like startled, and then he pulled it up back to where she had been parked, so it looked like her car wasn't moved, and hopped out of the car really quick.
And didn't say anything to you?
No.
So what did you do?
I was in shock, and then she came in, ran up to the window because she was across the street.
Tell me your name.
Keely Hartman.
Ms. Hartman, did you witness this?
I just heard a crash. I didn't see it actually happen.
But you heard the sound?
I heard the sound.
Did you see the defendant?
I saw someone running away from the car, and that's when I ran over immediately because I saw it was Monica's car.
But you didn't see who it was?
I didn't.
Didn't see a face, or you didn't see whether it was a man, woman?
I saw a shadow running from the car.
Okay. Did the defendant say anything to you when you went back inside?
I peeked inside the window of the driver's side door, and I saw her in the passenger seat, and I looked and I saw nobody in the driver's seat, and I go, where's Monica? And Tita said she's in the house. That's when I looked over and I saw Justin crouching over by the bumper, and he said to me, don't tell her it's not a big deal, it's not even noticeable. And that's when I ran inside and grabbed Monica.
Okay, so he said to you, don't tell her it's not a big deal, it's not even noticeable.
Yes.
How long have you known the defendant?
A couple years.
Have you had any problem with him?
No.
You like him?
Do I like him?
Yeah, I mean like him as a person.
He's okay, isn't he? Yeah. What about you?
Before this incident, I thought he was great.
He was great. Never had any problem with him. Thank you. You can be seated.
Thank you.
Yeah. It's your turn. Did you get a turn?
All those girls are lying.
Stop! Listen to me. Listen to me very, very carefully, sir. I make a judgment as to who's lying.
Okay.
You have the opportunity, if you wish, to explain to me your version of the events that evening.
Okay.
I assume you brought this gentleman because he has something to contribute to this case.
Yes, I did, ma'am.
Your name is?
James.
James, you have a last name.
Johnson.
How old are you?
22.
Do you have parents?
Yes.
Do they like you?
Sometimes.
I want you to think about them when making a decision to testify, James.
Yes.
Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
Yes.
Okay. Let me hear.
Okay, in my defense. July 9th, we were having a party at my house. These girls showed up to my house intoxicated. I had parked her car behind a truck of my friends, asked her to move it. She moved it, backed into the car that was behind her, which was the black one.
And you saw all this?
Yeah, I was out in the street telling everybody was about ready to leave. The whole part, you know.
And
you
saw all of this?
Yeah, I saw the whole thing.
Go ahead.
I was in the street talking to a bunch of friends, and you know, that happened, that transpired. And then she decided to leave belligerently, circle the block, and then come back, screaming, raving, whatever. She was intoxicated and all that stuff.
So you had a party at your house. Did you serve alcohol,
No,
or did the
not to
people
them.
bring out? Shh. Did you serve alcohol, or did the people bring alcohol?
They brought their own.
You just provided the site.
Yes, I just presided the area for people to party. But everybody at my house was 21, minus these 3 girls.
You mean I just happened to be fortunate enough to pick the 3 girls who were underage at your house?
Yes, ma'am. But they were intoxicated before they showed up to my house.
You want to speak?
Sure.
Who do you live with?
Justin, Judy, and another roommate.
So you lived together. And how long have you lived together?
For about a year and a half.
You know these 3 girls?
I know them from being at my house that night. I'd never even known them before.
What time did the party start?
Between 9 and 10 o'clock.
When did you start drinking?
Between 9 and 10 o'clock.
What were you drinking?
Beer.
What time did these girls arrive?
I'm not totally sure on that. I actually did not see them arrive. I didn't see them arrive. I didn't know they were there until well after they were there.
And what time was that?
Between 10 and 11 o'clock.
So the party was only going on for an hour?
Possibly.
What do you mean possibly?
I'm not sure. It was.
How many beers did you have between 9 and 10 o'clock?
Couple.
Couple could be 2 or 5.
Between 2 and 5.
What kind of work do you do?
Construction.
You work for the same place?
No. I install windows in residential housing. He seals driveways.
Seals them. Doesn't steal them. He seals them.
Yes.
So now, I want you to tell me what you saw.
Okay, I was...
No!
Sorry. I was at the party, and I was walking out.
What time?
It was late. I don't know.
Give me an idea.
Probably between 12 and 1.
Okay, so between 12 and 1. So let's say between 9 and 10 you had between 2 and 5 beers.
Yes.
And I would assume that once you had between 2 and 5, you lost track.
Nah, I didn't finish my 12-pack.
How much was left over?
2 or 3.
So maybe you had 10 beers.
Yeah, probably.
So now tell me what happened after midnight.
Well, after I came outside, I had seen Monica get in the car, back up, and bump into the other car. And it wasn't that big of an accident, so nobody really made a big deal out of it. And I seen her get out of the car, have a little conversation with him, and then I seen her get back in the car and drive away. It did not happen all that quick, but that's the sum of it.
Thank you.
Yes.
You may be seated.
Thank you.
Don't you feel like a jerk?
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
I have phone calls from Justin saying he will pay me.
Before you do that, before we connect, you want to say anything else to me, Justin?
And later today.
When did you take this money?
A couple weeks before I was leaving for Florida.
I don't know when you were leaving for Florida, sir. It wasn't on my social calendar. What's the matter? They're too nasty for you?
No, that was delightful.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Monica Roth says former friend Justin Judy backed her car into another vehicle. Justin claims it was a drunken Monica who was behind the wheel.
Let me see the estimate on the car, please. And picture of the car?
Yep.
What kind of a car did he hit?
Cougar. It was a black car, that's all.
Cougar?
I'm pretty sure it was a Mercury Cougar.
You know who it belonged to?
It was this kid, Jeremy. And he didn't even tell him that he hit his car.
But did you tell him?
He came out, and I think Keely or someone told him. I wasn't.
Who told the Cougar that his car got hit? Anybody?
I didn't. Well,
Nobody told me.
I don't think I didn't tell him. He heard from the people inside that someone's car had been hit, so he ran outside and saw that it was his car and was furious with Justin.
Is the Cougar man a friend of yours?
Yes, he's a very good friend of mine, actually.
How come he's not here?
How
come he's not here? Is he overseas? Is he fighting in the military?
No. He couldn't make it.
Couldn't make it.
No.
Too bad for you. He's a very good friend of yours. Seemed to me a very good friend. Instead of bringing this one over here, I certainly would have brought the person whose car... I'm speaking. I would have brought the person whose car was hit to testify that they know that it wasn't you who hit their car, it was somebody else who hit their car. Put your hand down.
He's the only one that saw it, though. The guy who owned the car did not see
anything. You see how many
anything.
witnesses they have here, too? You see what you have on your side? Stop shaking your foot. It's making me nervous.
The guy whose car that she hit was not around and did not see it, did not know it happened until later in the night.
Your Honor, I have phone calls from Justin saying he will pay me the money and that he's so sorry that he did it, and he is doing everything he can to get me my money, and he just wants to pay cash and he doesn't want to go to court.
You have them here?
Yes, I have.
Oh, I'd like to
I can
hear
call
that.
my voicemail.
Oh, sure, I'd like to hear that.
Yeah, please. It's her phone. She's gonna. There's two of them.
Ooh, I love to be right.
You've pressed an incorrect key. To disconnect, press 1. To record your message, press 2. Sorry you were having trouble. Please try again.
It's okay.
Can I try one more time?
Yes, of course.
Thank you.
I have all the time in the world.
Sorry.
Oh, just a second. Before you do that, before you do that, before we connect, you want to say anything else to me, Justin?
Like what?
Like I may have made that
I did that to help her out because it was on my property.
I'm speaking. Is there anything else that you want to say to me before we try to connect with this phone call?
I've said what I've had to say.
All right.
You've got my defense statement, so I'm sticking with that. That's what it is.
Go.
First saved message sent Friday, August 20 a.m.
Monica, it's Justin. I got your text message. I'm not trying to avoid you. I've been busy working a lot. We're really busy right now. Plus, I have another job. I'm trying to work as much as possible to get you your money. I do want to work so hard. I don't want to take this shit to court. I'm not trying to avoid you. So, I don't know. I got to work till midnight tonight. Give me a call whenever.
End of.
I have one more.
Resave. Next message sent Friday, August 5th at 9:11 p.m.
Monica, I'm calling you again because I'm trying to set up some sort of payment plan with you because I've been working a lot. I have 2 jobs. Yeah, so call me back and let me know what's up. I don't want to take the court. I'd rather pay you in cash and get it dealt with. Call me back.
End of.
Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $967.53. That is for the repair on the car, damage to the vehicle. If I could add another couple of thousand to that for just being 2 wise guys, I would. You're an embarrassment, and you're an embarrassment to yourself and your parents. That's all.
What is that excuse? You may step out.
Wow. They were drunk. I mean, drunk girls is what it was, man. It's how they were.
He called us and said he had liquor for us at his house.
I never thought it would come to this, but whatever.
I can't believe he lied.
I'm an embarrassment.
I thought he was a friend, but I really know who my true friends are.
86 for life, meaning they're not allowed to ever step foot anywhere near my house again.
I'm so glad he won't let us back at his house because I would never step foot there again.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Rivera versus Sipe. Step forward, please.
22-year-old Crystal Rivera is suing her ex-boyfriend, Robert Sipe, for a loan to travel to Florida. Robert says he wanted to help with the hurricane relief.
Miss Rivera, you're a student?
Yes, ma'am.
How old are you?
I just graduated.
You just graduated
Yes.
from college?
Yes.
How old are you?
22.
Mr. Sipe, what about you?
Oh, I'm a salesman.
How did you meet him?
I actually met him on my 21st birthday party.
Somebody brought him?
Yes.
And according to you, you started to date Mr. Sipe
Yes, ma'am.
and loaned him $1,250. At some point, he did pay you back $400, leaving a balance of $850. Mr. Sipe says, while he acknowledges that you gave him $1,250, he says that's exactly what it was. It was a gift, and he only gave you $400 because he wanted to help you out, right?
Correct.
Well, since we're getting rid of the issue of whether or not the money was passed from Miss Rivera's hands to yours, why don't you tell me, Mr. Sipe, when did you take this money from Miss Rivera?
A couple weeks before I was leaving for Florida.
When was that? I don't know when you were leaving for Florida, sir. It's not. It wasn't on my social calendar.
I understand that. I completely understand that. In August, early September.
What's the matter? They're too nasty for you?
No. That was delightful.
Go ahead.
Yeah, she offered me, well, she claimed that she offered me $850.
Listen to me, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Where do you live?
In Arkansas.
And what were you going to Florida for?
To clean up the hurricanes, relief.
You were going to volunteer?
No, I had a contractor. I was trying to get down there.
So you had a job there?
Yes, ma'am. Okay. Well, in the process.
And what did you need money for?
Travel expenses, hotel expenses, food expenses, etc.
Well, I thought you had a job.
At that point, no, I didn't.
Well, neither did she. She was a student.
That was a gift that she gave me. I don't know her business.
How long did you know her before you asked her for this money?
Maybe a week.
Shh, shh, shh.
She offered it to me.
What did you tell her to inspire her to offer you this money, Mr. Sipe?
I was just telling her my story that I needed to get down there, and she offered it to me. I wasn't inspiring her, nothing.
You must have been inspirational.
I don't know what it was. She offered it to me, and I said thank you.
Well, Mr. Sipe, let me suggest this to you, sir. You are almost 10 years her senior. She's a student. You're an adult. You're supposed to be employed. You take money from a student who has no money, because according to her, this was money that her parents had given her for books. She went and sold her books in order to give you this money because she had to get. I'm speaking. Listen to me. I'm speaking. When my mouth moves, yours doesn't.
Yes, ma'am.
So that would suggest to me that something is off with your moral compass. Taking money from somebody that you met for a week, knowing that she doesn't have a lot of money. I'm speaking.
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm telling you, that would suggest to a stranger that you're a taker. That's a given. You're a taker. If she, in fact, offered you this money and just said, I want you to take it, it's a gift. So now I want you to tell me, what epiphany did you have at some point? What finding of religion did you have that inspired you to give her $400?
Good deed.
He's cute.
It's the truth,
He's
though,
cute.
ma'am.
He's cute.
It is the
to
truth.
To somebody, but not to me, Mr. Sipe.
That's fine, but it is
not
the truth.
to me, sir.
It is the truth, though.
Let us say that I believe you for a moment, that she was smitten with you, because that would be the only reason she would give you money. If she wasn't romantically interested in you, she wouldn't have given you the money, right?
Well, I wanted to help the people in the hurricane.
You wanted to help the people in the hurricane?
Well,
she's also mentally challenged. I mean, I can understand helping the people in the hurricane. Send them $1,250. Don't give it to him.
Right.
He didn't even end up going.
Right.
Right?
Correct.
Take your money and send it to the Red Cross.
I've actually started a nonprofit corporation to help the people from
Well,
the
that's
previous
fine.
hurricane.
He's not a nonprofit organization. Nowhere to send your money. In what month did you give her $400?
I would say in October, November.
Had she called you and asked you for the money?
No, ma'am. I just offered it to her.
A good deed.
A very good deed. Yes, it is.
We're going to have another good deed.
And then
Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $850. That's all.
And all right. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Folks, have a seat.
What's your name?
Rianne Curry.
Rianne?
Yes.
You already pled guilty in this assault, is that right?
Yes.
Did you think you were coming to a dance today or something?
No.
Miss Powell, according to your complaint, this young lady assaulted you. And according to your complaint, she pled guilty to the assault, which she clearly says she did. But you said you claim that she was assisted in that assault by this young lady.
That's correct.
Who held you down, held your hair, and you, while she assaulted you.
That's right.
What's your first name?
Liz.
What?
Liz.
Why did your friend assault her?
It was over an ex-boyfriend.
What's the ex-boyfriend's name?
Greg.
How long ago was Rianne with Greg?
About a year ago.
Was Miss Powell ever with Greg?
I don't think she was. I think she just had slept with him.
Is that what she was annoyed at?
Yeah.
So Rianne was angry because she thought
right or wrong, that Miss Powell had been involved with her ex-boyfriend.
Well, her ex-boyfriend had told her that he had slept with her.
During the time that they were still together?
Yes.
Could you do me, you're her mother?
I sure am.
Good, why don't you sit down, because you're just here because you have the deep pockets. Step up here, Rianne. Now, when Greg told you about this assignation, did you beat him up?
No.
Did you punch him in the face?
No.
Did you kick him in the groin?
No.
Why not? Did you think that Miss Powell held him down?
No.
So why did you get angry with her?
Because we were acquaintances at the time, and...
So you think that because you were an acquaintance of Miss Powell, she owed you more loyalty than the boyfriend that you had with whom you were sleeping?
No, but...
I'm just trying to get the rationale. You got a boyfriend with whom you are intimate. And how long had Greg been your boyfriend?
A few months.
And you are crazy about him, right?
Not totally.
Well, I assume that if you were intimate with him, that you had some feelings for him. Is that right?
Yes.
And your boyfriend with whom you have been intimate says to you, when you weren't around, I slept with Miss Powell. Yeah, you start to cry, right? You got upset?
A little bit.
Did you yell at him?
Yes.
What did you say?
Many things. It was a year ago.
When did you assault Miss Powell?
October of last year.
And when did your boyfriend tell you that he had been intimate with Miss Powell?
September of last year.
Now, between September and October, had you seen Miss Powell?
Not really, no.
So the first time you saw her was when the assault took place, is that right?
Yes.
And where was that?
At Pool Hall.
And Lise was with you?
She wasn't there in the beginning, but she came around, yeah.
And she's a friend of yours?
Yes.
Had you told her about Greg's confession?
Yes.
You see how it all fits in? You want to know why? Because it's common sense. That's why it all fits in. Tell me what happened when you saw her.
I had seen her and...
No, look at me. Don't look at the floor. Don't look at the water. Look at me.
I had seen her in the pool hall with him, and I got...
With Greg?
Yes.
Oh, she was with Greg in October. Is that right, Miss Powell?
We were friends, and at the time, she was dating his brother, who's Matt.
Okay. But you were with Greg, and you were no longer with Greg.
No.
So you saw her, and she was with Greg. And what did you say to her?
At first, I didn't say anything to her, and then when she had come outside, I had confronted her.
What did you say to her?
I asked her what the problem was, and that's when...
Well, I didn't hear about any problem. What do you mean, what the
she
problem
disrespected
was?
me. That's
How did she disrespect you?
By sleeping with my boyfriend.
Disrespected you?
Yes.
Your boyfriend disrespected you?
Yeah, that too.
Okay. And what did she say to you?
She said, what are you talking about? And I basically said, you know, well, what I'm talking about. And that's when a fight broke out.
No, that's just words that I hear so far. Mm-hmm. After you said, I don't know what you're talking about, what happened, Miss Powell?
On that note, I did not say anything before it happened. There were no words said besides some name calling from her to me before she hit me.
Where did she hit you?
In the face.
With what?
With her fists.
And where was Lise at the time?
Lise was standing behind her, maybe about 5 feet behind her.
No. Anybody else with them?
Greg was walking with me outside, and Matt was outside, who at the time
Matt was
Rianne's boyfriend.
And then what happened?
She started hitting me, and she's saying, come on, Sherry, hit me, hit me. And at the time it happened so fast that I barely knew who it was. I had no idea what she was doing or why she was doing it. And she went savage.
Okay, she's already acknowledged to the police and to the courts that she assaulted you. What I want to know is what Lisa's participation was, if any.
There were some words said.
By whom?
I said, what the Rianne? Like, I was totally confused. She said, what the Sherry? And then she was hitting me and scratching me and pulling me by my hair. I had turned her around because before I was up against a concrete wall, and she was pulling my hair and hitting me, hitting my head off the wall. So I turned her around to get away from the wall. And as I turned her around, I took control of her. And then Lise came in because she knew that I had some control. And she started pulling my hair.
From behind?
Yes.
And then what happened?
And then Greg said, which is Matt's brother, Rianne's ex-boyfriend, said, you have nothing to do with this, Lise, get away. And from what I understood, Greg had taken her away, but I think that she had backed away.
You mean Lise?
Yes.
Okay. How long did she hold your hair?
Maybe about 10 seconds, not even.
While she was holding your hair, what was Rianne doing?
She was hitting me and scratching me.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Sherry had Rianne by the throat and had her fist out like that.
Sounds right to me. She started it.
Yeah. What else would I do? Just sit there and be like, oh, you can go and hit my girlfriend?
Yeah.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. 18-year-old Sherry Powell says her former friend, 17-year-old Lee Schwannard, owes for an assault. Lee says she was trying to break up a fight between Sherry and her friend.
Okay. Now I'll hear you.
When they were fighting, I was in the car with my two friends. Rianne had been taking a little while, so I went to see where she was in the pool hall, but they had been outside. And I came in, and Sherry had Rianne by the throat against a brick wall, and my first intention was to pull her off of her. Like, this girl's way bigger than my girlfriend, so I was like, Kate, no, this is retarded. So I pulled her off there, and then that's when Greg told me, back off these, and I was like, Kate, yeah. And I stood there, and they finished their fight, and then we left.
Why did you put your hands on her?
To pull her off my girlfriend.
You have no right to do that.
Well, if you, like...
You have no right to do that.
Yeah, but she was sitting there hurting.
I don't, listen to me. A, I don't believe that you weren't there and didn't see how it started. Don't believe your cookie. Don't believe your cookie. You knew exactly what was going on because she's your friend and you knew she was angry at her.
But I wasn't even there when it started.
Don't believe you, my dear. Don't believe you. It's just too coincidental that at a time when she seemed to be getting the upper hand, you stepped in. Just too coincidental to me.
I stepped in for 2 seconds to get her off Rianne. That's what I did.
When you got her off Rianne, did Rianne continue to assault her?
Rianne wasn't even hitting her when I pulled her off. Sherry had Rianne by the throat and had her fist out like that.
Sounds right to me. Sounds perfect to me. She started it. She hit her first. She confronted her first. She assaulted her first.
Yeah. So that's what happened. That's what happened. I'm not saying that's not what happened, but I pulled her off my friend. I walk in and she's got my friend by the throat. My immediate reaction is to do that. Like, what else would I do? Just sit there and be like, oh, you can go and hit my girlfriend?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why would I do that?
Because then you wouldn't be standing where you are. If I believed you, which I don't, because I find that somebody who can't even figure out that their shirt is supposed to meet their pants when they come to court is not going to tell me the truth.
I'm not going to tell you. Why would I stand up here and lie?
Why?
Yeah, exactly. I have no reason to sit here and lie.
Oh, yes, you do.
No, I don't. I have no reason. No. I don't even talk to her no more. This has been a year ago.
Let me explain to you why you do. Because she's suing your mother. Because your mother is responsible for you. She's suing your mother for $5,000 because you permitted, at least for a period of time, your friend, who also doesn't know how to dress when she comes to court, to assault her by holding her hair and allowing her to be hit. You did that.
But that didn't even happen.
You have a police report, please?
No, they would not release it to me.
Do you have a hospital record?
Yes, I do.
May I see it, please?
I have a picture, too.
Okay.
I have a police statement. Would you also like to see that? Mm-hmm. And I have an apology letter from Rianne.
Do you have a separate lawsuit against Rianne?
I haven't sued her. I do intend on suing her in higher courts. So far, she had just pleaded guilty in Canada.
When?
For assault. On October 8th this year.
Okay. Step up, please. What's your name?
Matt Duke.
You were there that evening in October, sir?
Yeah.
Tell me what you observed with regard to this young lady holding the plaintiff.
She was in the car when Rianne was starting all this stuff, and then when she came out, she didn't know what was going on. I just seen her run past and try to go and help out her friend like anybody else would. And my brother pulled her off before she could get involved, so it wouldn't be a 2-on-1 or anything like that. And in the meanwhile, I told Rianne, that's enough. No more fighting. That's when the fight stopped.
Sit down, genius. What did you plead guilty to, Rianne?
Assault to Sherry.
Were you sentenced yet?
What I have here is my 12-month conditional discharge.
Can I see it,
is what they
please?
gave me.
Can I see it, please? She wrote you a letter of apology because she was directed by the court to do it.
She wasn't directed.
No, I offered.
Who just said that to me? Which one of you two geniuses said I wasn't directed, she offered it? Who said that?
I did.
Okay. This assault happened in October of 2003, is that right?
Yes.
If your friend was truly sorry for what she had done, the letter of apology would have come not a year later, but the next week. Do you understand?
Yes.
Good. The letter of apology, which was directed by the court. It's here in the order. This is the dumbest bird. You just have to listen to this. That a court accepted as an apology letter.
18-year-old Sherry Powell says her former friend, 17-year-old Lee Schwannard, owes for an assault. Lee says she was trying to break up a fight between Sherry and her friend.
I didn't have to write this letter of apology. I chose to. What happened between you and me was a huge waste of my time. But I'd like you to know that you should be apologizing too because of what you did to me. I have to let it go because I've realized a lot about both of you. I know how hurt and angry you'd be if another female stabbed you in the back like that. The both of you are in my past and I've moved on to better things. So, on my behalf, I apologize for doing what I did to you.
Touching.
Touching, and
Very
the
touching.
future of our country. Future of our
Or
country.
theirs.
Or theirs. Oh, Canada? Oh.
Can I make a note on that
Listen!
letter?
You have no right to put your hands on another person. She has no right to put her hands on another person. If your boyfriend disrespects you by fooling around, you do what's necessary to him. You can move out of the apartment, kick him out of the apartment, you can break off all contact, you can yell and scream, but as long as there is no allegation that someone held him down and forced him to submission,
No.
it's his fault.
She had a part. It takes two to have sex. Like,
she's not your boyfriend.
No, she's not.
She's not your boyfriend. She wasn't even your friend. According to you, you knew her. She owes you no allegiance. You weren't married. You weren't engaged. You had a boyfriend for a couple of months. What do you do? I mean, do you work? Do you go to school? Do you do anything?
Not right now, no.
You don't do anything?
No.
You better find something to occupy your time. Judgment for the... What?
She's also pregnant with his kid.
Oh.
How fortunate,
how fortunate for the people of
that
Canada. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $2,500. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Sherry's a fat cow who shouldn't even be getting anything.
She took her frustrations out on me.
She was attacking my friend, and she's 10 times the size of my friend.
I had taken control because I knew that this girl was crazy.
I got over-tempered.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
She's mentally freaking touched in the head.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Garrett versus Cook. Step forward, please.
Hotel clerk Alan Garrett is suing the mother of his child, 27-year-old student Candace Cook, for the unpaid balance on a Toyota Supra. Candace says shortly after taking ownership, the engine died.
Mr. Garrett, the defendant is your former girlfriend and you have a child together. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am. Well, we weren't boyfriend and girlfriend, but we had a relationship, yes.
Well, you weren't her math teacher, right?
No, ma'am.
You weren't her plumber, right?
No, ma'am.
In a classic sense. You had a relationship. She was a girlfriend or something.
Yes, ma'am.
You had a child together.
Yes, ma'am.
You have custody of that child.
Yes, ma'am.
And you've always had custody of that child.
Yes, ma'am.
How old is the child?
A year and a half.
Boy or a girl?
Boy.
According to your complaint, you sold Miss Cook a car.
Correct.
Back in March. It was an old car, a car that you were not using. You sold her the car for $600.
Correct.
And she acknowledges that that's what happened, correct?
Yes, they gave me a car. Well, I mean, he didn't give it to me, but it was agreed to pay for it eventually.
You don't have any other children, do you?
I have an older child, yes.
Where is that child?
With my mother.
How old is that child?
9.
What do you do?
I'm a student at this time. I'm just now getting back to school and trying to get things together.
Where are you a student?
I'm at the Richland Community College.
Anyway, in March you sold her the car for how much, sir?
$600.
And according to what I read in your complaint, you did that because she wasn't visiting your son regularly and you really wanted her to be able to visit him.
Correct.
She had the car from March, is that right? Until September, is that right?
Yes, around that
I mean, are you together? Is there something wrong?
We're not. No, I'm just. He didn't said it wasn't for visit. It was because he said he wanted me to get a job and everything else.
A job would be nice here.
And so, you know,
Job would be nice. What do you do? You have 2 children. Somebody else takes care of both of your children. You should be working. Who is this?
This is my roommate.
This is your roommate. Do you work?
Yes, I do.
Good. What kind of a job do you have?
I'm a computer technician.
What are your hours of work?
It's usually afternoon 1 to 10 p.m.
That's a full day. Do you have, I'm speaking, do you have children?
No, I do not.
So you support yourself?
Yes.
That's what people do when they have themselves to take care of, or in your roommate's case, when she has 2 children that are being supported by other people. They get a job. Now you can sit down. Perfect. Now, she ran the car and had the car in her possession until September, when, according to you, what happened to the car?
The engine blew, so I parked it. And then I called him and said, it's calling. I'm going to call a junkyard. And then once I get that money, I'll give you the money that I get from the junkyard. Well, I get a call from some guy I don't even know, never met, never anything, saying he's going to come get the car that Alan told him to come and get it. So that's where it turns up. I gave the car to somebody else. I don't even have
somebody
it.
to pick up the car?
A friend of mine that I had originally got the car from expressed interest in it. I told him the story about what had happened to it. For whatever reason, he was interested in the car. I said, well, if you want to talk to her about it, I'll give you her phone number, and I passed that information along so he could call her.
But he didn't give you the car. Did he give you any money for the car?
No, ma'am.
No. So you're at your $600, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Good, good. Judgment for the plaintiff.
On the calendar in the matter of Starnes versus Chinook. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Ma'am, have a seat, please.
You know what I find fascinating, Byrd? I find it fascinating that people come here and they look as if butter could melt in their mouths. They're so sweet. I come outside and I look at this 2 little innocent faces. You know, they look like they belong on a postage stamp. And then you hear what they had to say about each other and what they did, and it's, you know, it's like everybody has 2 personalities. Fortunately, I get the nice personality, right? It is your claim, Mr. Starnes, that the defendant, who used to be your girlfriend, falsely accused you of hitting her with your truck. As a result of that, you had to spend money for lawyers, you had all kinds of aggravation. Did you spend any time in jail?
7 days.
7 days in jail. And you want her to compensate you for that. Ms. Chinook says that you did, in fact, have a hissy fit, maybe because she threw her shoes at your truck, which she did because she was angry. And she doesn't really remember the whole incident, but she does remember after she threw the slippers at your truck, she remembers seeing your taillights, and the next thing she knew, she woke up in the hospital. You say, I didn't do any of that. I don't know how she got there. Some other truck must have dropped out of the night sky and hit her. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
Mm-hmm. When did you and the defendant stop being boyfriend and girlfriend?
7/12/03.
Interesting that you remember the date. And you've, since that time, had some problem because she wants her CDs back.
Yes.
CDs that you either purchased together or you kept. So there's been an ongoing problem over these CDs. Is that right, Ms. Chinook?
Yes, ma'am.
What was the date of this alleged hit and run?
7/14, 7/15.
What took you so long to come to court?
The plaintiff, Keenan Starnes. We had a court date scheduled.
Because the criminal case was pending, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, so you had to wait for the criminal case to be over before you came to court.
Yes, ma'am.
Because you have a counterclaim for your medical bills.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, after you had these ongoing discussions with Ms. Chinook about the CDs and how she was going to get them back, you decided to go over to see her, or you stopped by her house. Is that right?
No, ma'am.
Well, where did this incident happen with the slippers?
About, say, 2 miles from her house, at some mutual friends' houses.
What did you drive by there for?
I was actually headed to the mall. I just picked some friends up around the corner, and we seen her out in the yard and stopped and talked to her.
Who stopped to talk to her?
Me and my witness, Brittany.
Brittany is your new girlfriend?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, tell me what you said to her.
She wanted the CDs back. She said that she wanted them back by 10 p.m.
I told her that I had bought the CDs and that I wanted to get copies of them, and she could have the bought copies, and I would take the computer issue ones, and that they would be returned to her.
Now, how long had she been asking you for these CDs?
2-3 days.
And was there any reason why you had this discussion with her with your new girlfriend in the car?
No, I just bumped into her.
And you decided to stop and talk to her about the CDs with the new girlfriend in the car?
Yes, ma'am.
And this was 3 days after you broke up? You have a short attention span.
Me and Brittany weren't together then.
You're just friends then?
Yeah.
Okay, now when he told you you weren't getting the CDs back until after he makes copies of them, he took off, and what happened?
Ma'am, I'm sorry. That is not what happened. I was at Lone Oak Manor. It was not 2 miles from my house. I did move here recently. I was over at Lone Oak Manor staying with a friend. They drove through once, beeping their horn and flipping off the apartment that I was in. Then when they came back through, they actually left and came back again. And, good Lord.
So you went out?
I went outside the second time
that
they
silly.
came through.
That was silly, Miss Schnook. What'd you go outside for if he's behaving like a jerk?
Because, ma'am, my CDs were my life. That's the only thing that I owned
Your
at that
CDs
point
were
in
your
time.
life.
Yes, ma'am.
You better get a new life.
I know.
You better get another life. If your CDs are your life, your children are your life, your family is your life, sometimes a profession is your life. Some men say golf is their life. But I never heard anybody say, my CDs are my life. So you went out after you saw him the second time, and what happened?
I went outside. I told the plaintiff, Keenan, that I wanted my CDs back and that I knew that him and Brittany were together. She was supposed to be my friend at the time, Your Honor. According to several witnesses...
Don't say, I'm not care what witnesses say. I don't care if they were together or not, other than the fact that he stopped to talk to you with the new girlfriend in the car, which is pretty stupid. But that's probably consistent. All right, so you went outside and you said, my CDs are my life. Give me my life back. And he said, you'll get them back after I dub them. Is that the right word?
That's the right word.
Right word. After I dub them, you'll get them back.
Yes, ma'am.
And then he peeled off?
No, ma'am.
Then you cursed him?
They started cursing. I started
What about cursing? Then you cursed him?
Yes.
There came a point when he took off in the truck, and you took off after him.
Yes, ma'am.
What did you do when you took off after him?
I took off after him. I said, I want my CDs. I took off my sandals. I did throw them at him. I was upset.
Did they hit the car?
Yes. One of them actually flew inside the car window and hit a 16-month-old little boy in the head. I did not know he was in the back seat.
Who's 16-month-old little boy?
Megan.
What was the baby doing in the car?
They were going with us to the mall.
And then what happened?
He put the car into reverse. We got into a conflict again in the middle of the road.
What kind of conflict? You can't say you got into a conflict. So far,
we were
I'm hearing all kinds of stupidity.
We were arguing, yelling, screaming, cussing. About that time, he told me to kiss my ASS goodbye and my CDs.
And then?
I can't really remember anything after that. I was in the middle of the road. They put the car in drive. They took off. And the last thing I remember is taillights. That's the only thing I remember after that.
Where did you wake up?
In the hospital.
You have the hospital ref?
Yes, ma'am.
Can I see them, please?
Just all of them.
All right, Mr. Starnes, you want to tell me your version of the events, sir?
Yes, ma'am. Me and the plaintiff dated for 34 months.
Listen to me. I don't care.
We split up.
I know that.
Okay.
Get to the 15th of July. That's all I care about. I don't care about, other than the fact that the new girlfriend is interesting because it shows your poor judgment in having a discussion with the old girlfriend after 3 days with the new girlfriend in the car. Sounds pretty dumb to me. Other than that, I'm really not interested in your social life, sir. I'm more concerned with my own social life. So let's move on to 7:15:03. She threw her slipper at the car.
We were there having our altercation in the parking lot.
She
threw her slipper at the car.
the slipper in the car.
I drove away.
And that's your story. And you're sticking to it, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. You have a certificate of disposition on your criminal case?
Yes, ma'am.
I'd like to see it.
It's got to be one of these.
So the case was dismissed, sir, because she did not remember anything that happened. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am. She refused to testify.
No, it doesn't say she refused to testify. It said, according to your lawyer, who files this affidavit with me, he said he went out to speak to her, and she said she didn't remember anything that evening and didn't remember being hit.
Yeah.
However, the police department did, in fact, interview a multitude of witnesses, according to the police report that I have here, and the multitude of witnesses, sir, say that you backed your car into her.
Mm-hmm.
You know that?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, you think that all those people were lying to the police?
They must have been.
I don't know, because there goes that car. That
didn't
car
go to
that just
court,
popped out of the sky, along with all the other aliens. Huh?
They did not show up in court, so I don't know.
Well, maybe the police didn't take this case seriously enough. You know you could have killed her.
Yes, ma'am.
You're lucky. If you would have killed her, they wouldn't have let it drop so fast. You know that, don't you?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. There isn't a question in my mind, Mr. Starnes, that you hit the defendant with your car. And being that is the case, sir, you are not entitled to your counsel fees back, your aggravation back, or anything else. You hit her with your car and you left her laying in the road. So your claim is dismissed. But on her counterclaim, I am awarding her $1,500 for her medical bills. Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Really, this is over somebody not getting their way, and they wanted to show out.
I had no right taking my sandals off and throwing them at his car.
That's 2 court appearances I feel like I've been ripped off on, but...
Brittany Robbins pretended to be my friend the whole time, and the whole time she was out to get my old man.
I wasn't out to get her boyfriend. We ended up together, and that's the way it was.
Both of us have anger problems, and that's probably had something to do with it.
She just couldn't keep her mouth shut, and that's the way it goes.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Collins versus Batting. Step forward, please.
Nurse Tammy Collins is suing fellow motorist, 25-year-old technician Chris Batting, for throwing a bottle at her car. Tammy says Chris was annoyed at the rate of speed she was driving.
Miss Collins, on what date did this incident happen with your car?
This incident happened on May 15th of 2004.
And on what road were you traveling?
I was traveling northbound on Highway 67 on my way to work.
Highway 67 is in what state?
It is in the state of Missouri.
According to what I read in your complaint, you got into some sort of a situation with a truck.
Yes, ma'am.
And you weren't moving fast enough. You were in the left lane. Try to get over to the right lane. You couldn't. Anyway, this truck became exasperated with the way you were driving, culminating in the fact that the person who was driving in that truck threw a bottle, a beer bottle,
yes,
or some sort of bottle, out the window of the truck. It hit your car, causing damage.
Yes, ma'am.
And it is your claim that Mr. Batting was the person who tossed the bottle out of the car, causing the damage to your car. Mr. Batting was stopped some distance away from where this incident happened as a result of you placing a call to the police.
Yes, ma'am.
What did the truck look like?
It was a white and gray Ford F-150.
White and gray?
Yes, ma'am.
Was it new or old?
It was in a 90s model. The distinguishing factor of that truck was that there was a large dog in the back end of it.
Do you remember what the dog looked like?
It was a Rottweiler.
Now, it is your position, Mr. Batting, that you had nothing to do with this incident?
Absolutely not.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
What are you doing driving around in your truck with a dog in the back bed of the car? Oh, it's not an answer.
She likes to ride in the back of the truck.
When did she tell you that?
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Tammy Collins says fellow motorist Chris Batting threw a bottle at her car while they were driving on the freeway. Chris says she's got the wrong guy.
How long, Mr. Batting, have you lived in the state of Missouri?
All my life.
Now, what county do you live in?
St. Louis County.
What county do you live in?
St. Francis County.
Where were you, in St. Louis or St. Francis County when this incident happened?
We were actually in Jefferson County, which is the county in between the two.
And where was your truck pulled over, sir? Jefferson's?
Jefferson County on
In
Highway
Jeff-
55.
Okay. Let's say that between those 3 counties, there are, say, 1 million people. That be a fair statement?
That's fair.
We're going to, Mr. Batting, play with the statistics and the law of averages a little bit. Of those 1 million people, how many would you say, Mr. Batting, and you could give me an educated guess, sir. And if you get my drift of where I'm going, just smile along any time, sir. How many people do you think who live, 1 million people, have white and gray Ford trucks?
A few hundred, maybe. I don't know.
A few hundred. Let's say 300.
300.
And how many people do you think, of those 300, Mr. Batting, in addition to having a Ford truck, have a Rottweiler?
Maybe half.
That's generous, Mr.
Okay.
Batting.
It could be all of them. I haven't checked.
That's generous. But let me take your figure.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say of the 300 people that have a Ford F-150 truck, 150 of them also have a Rottweiler. Now, of the 150 who also have a Rottweiler, how many of them do you think at about 3:15 in the afternoon were riding in their Ford F-150 trucks with their Rottweilers?
How many?
Give me a number.
I didn't see any.
5
others.
people.
5, yeah.
Five, maybe 5 people. Now, of those 5 people riding in their Ford F-150 trucks somewhere in the state of Missouri, in those 3 counties, how many of them do you think were around the area where this bottle got thrown at the plaintiff? Would you say maybe 2?
Maybe 2.
So that what you're saying to me is, since you were driving in a white and gray Ford truck, right?
Yes.
With your Rottweiler in the back of the truck,
Yes.
when you were stopped by the
Police.
that there was a 50-50 chance, given your best scenario, that it was somebody else who threw the bottle at her car. That's what you're saying to me?
I don't believe there was a bottle thrown at her car, so I don't know.
Well, just a minute, Mr. Batting. Your answer doesn't question that there wasn't a bottle thrown in her car. You say, I never saw this lady. I wasn't there. I don't know what she's talking about. You don't say we got into a thing with our cars, but I never threw a bottle. You're saying it wasn't me.
Right.
Wrong. Can I see the estimate of the damage to your car?
Yes, ma'am. There's photos here. There's a copy of the police report, which you already have, and also an estimate from a very reputable auto repair facility.
What are you doing driving around in your truck with a dog in the back bed of the car? It's not an answer.
She likes to ride in the back of the truck.
When did she tell you that?
Very often.
I want to know when she told you that. She tells you that often.
Not with words, no.
All right, Miss Collins. I see where there were little chips on the car. I see your estimate. I think you can get the car painted for $1,000, and that's what I'm awarding you, not $3,500. Mr. Batting, got to hold your temper, sir. Got to hold your temper. Somebody isn't driving fast enough for you. Take a deep breath. Life is short. Do you understand? That's all. Goodbye.
Parties are excused. You may step out.